All right, what up, y'all? Now, first and foremost, I know it's been a minute. Well, it's been a minute since I've been live. Like, I've still been posting videos. Main thing about all of this is, first of all, Happy New Year. If like your time zone is like way ahead of mine, I'm Eastern Standard Time. Second thing, um, I thought today would be like a good day to just before like my wife and I we do our usual thing that we do for New Year's or New Year. I I thought that it would probably be a good idea to talk about some of the stuff that I'm interested in that's getting ready to come out next year. That looks really really good in my opinion, as well as probably talk a little bit about the games that I beat this year, which I don't is it here it is, which is this is the list of games I beat this year. I think the games that I favored heavily this year are right here. I don't think that really changed from the last time that I talked about it, but I did beat some other stuff. Uh, of course, we beat Tales of Iron, Uncharted 4, Thieves End, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, Nine Souls, Blade Chimera, Killer Frequency, Ruby Arrowfell, Super Row Boy, Mighty Goose, um, Monster Hunter Wilds, Onimusha Warlords Remastered, AI Limit, Lies of P, Doom, The Dark Ages, Onimusha 2, Samurai Destiny, that was the remaster, Lies of P Overture, South of Midnight, Lost, and Random, The Eternal Die, Bowpath of the Teal Lotus, Ender Lilies, Quietest of the Night. I still haven't posted the videos for that. I'm not sure if I want to do that like as one full length one, like how I did for Bowpath of the Teal Lotus, or if I want to do it like as a episodic like giant. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to figure out like how I want to do certain things for the channel. But yeah. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, we beat that. I believe this was 731. So yeah, it was like a few days after the game dropped. We beat that. Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound, um, Onimusha 3, Demon Siege. This one was we're just gonna say emulator. I ain't gonna lie to you, emulator. Super Mario RPG. I will say this. I think that's probably why I wasn't feeling Exposition 33 as much as everybody else. And it was because I was coming off of Super Mario RPG into playing that. And I was like, well, the mechanics in Super Mario RPG for its combat system was more fun, at least to me. Like, was it as complex as Exposition 33? No, but it was fun. It was interactive, it was engaging, and it was a lot of fun, especially like with certain abilities where like Mario's jump attack, like how you gotta time like your button presses to when you're like actually on the head to the point where it's like an actual mini game. That was a lot of fun. Kicking the shells and all that, a lot of fun too. Figuring out like the right timing for the crits, that all of that was a lot of fun as opposed to just QTEs popping up and you doing stuff. So I think that's why I was like favoring. That's why I was kind of like down on Exposition 33, and then the whole timing and all that. But you know, it be what it be. Um, Hollow Knight Silk Song. I was I was a little down on Hollow Knight Silk Song, but I heard they made a lot of changes to the currency as well as the damage system in the game. So I wonder if that would change it, but I don't know. I kind of had like some issues with some of the level design too. So I don't know if I don't know. I'm gonna have to replay it to see. But we beat Hollow Knight Silk Song, Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. That was a lot of fun to play through. Hell is Us was a lot of fun to play through. Sorry for like sniffling in the ears. Duck Detective, The Secret Salami, Duck Detective, The Ghost of Glamping, Down Like the Beast. I kind of want that time back that I put the Down Like the Beast. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel I feel like I could have played something else, you know? Like thinking back on it, it was fun for those 2/3, but I shouldn't have put as much time into it as I did. Sometimes you gotta learn when to cut your losses. Like, learn that this ain't as good as I thought it was, and then just move on. Um, the Outer Worlds was amazing. Ghost of Yote, same thing with Ghost of Yote. I think I put 60 hours into Ghost of Yote or something like that. Got the platinum and all that. I get that platinum back if I can get that time back. The Outer Worlds, Pearl on Gorgon. The Outer Worlds, Murder on Eridanos. I said Eridanos. Both of those was a lot of fun. Outer Worlds 2 was a lot of fun. Outer Worlds 2 was kind of slow in the beginning because, like, I felt as though it was taking itself too serious. And that's not where, to me, that's not where the Outer Worlds series, like that's not where it thrives. It thrives mostly when it's like, it's more satirical, I guess is the best point. And like what I mean by satire is not necessarily in the Disco Elysium sense where like I'm not sure how Disco Elysium was satirical with some of the things that it was doing because I didn't find it humorous. I didn't see the irony in a lot of it. But maybe it's because I wasn't looking hard enough. But with the Outer Worlds, like it really makes fun of capitalism. Like to almost to a point where for some people it hurts the game, but to me it's I don't know, it's funny. It's my type of humor. I grew up watching like South Park, Family Guy, Chappelle Show, Boondocks, like stuff like that. So my humor is kind of like it's kind of ingrained in those type of humorous aspects. But then again, as I got older, I'm kind of like also more for the highbrow humor as well. So it's kind of hard to explain. Cause like now I love good puns, and like the Outer Worlds 1 has a ton of good puns. The Outer Worlds 2, it got some, not a lot, but it got some. So yeah, Dispatch was great. I would say Dispatch was probably the best like story of the year for games that I played. Excuse me. Clair Obscur Exposition 33. I would say Exposition 33 probably has the best aesthetic from a game that I played this year. I'll hands down give it that. But then again, it's also competing with Constance when I say that now, because Constance looks pretty great too. So I don't know. First Berserker Kazan is hands down the best game I played this year. Hands down, no other game competes on this list. Like even when I go back and I think to a lot of the moments that I had with like the first Berserker Kazan, not many games compete with that. And it's just because like that combat system, like to me, it, the combat system in the game felt like they slow baked it. Like they really took their time to get it right. Especially when I think about like games like let's say Super Mario and all that, where like the creative designer when he was talking about like those games, and he would mention how they how do I put it? He would mention how they would painstakingly try to make sure that certain aspects of that game was like top notch in terms of the movement and all that of Mario. That's how it feels with the first Berserker Kazan to me. The first Berserker Kazan felt as though they really thought about how they wanted to handle the parry and dodge system. And then after they got it how they wanted it, they worked everything else around it to make it just right. And to me, that is the best game I played this year. Void Rot, beat that. Kind of wish I could get my time back from Void Rot as well. Void Rot is one of those. It's not that it was a bad game or anything like that. For Metroidvania, and as I tell people all the time, I play a lot of Metroidvanias, bro. I play a lot of them to the point where I actually want to like design and create like my own Metroidvanias. I played a lot of them, right? With Void Rot, my issue with it, he said, I totally agree. Bump Exposition 33. I didn't say nothing about bumping Exposition 33. I would say this though. I do believe that individuals that play Exposition 33 and they rant and rave about Exposition 33 solely on gameplay alone, which I haven't heard anybody rave about the game for gameplay alone. They haven't played like a Super Mario RPG or any of the Mario and Luigi style games. They haven't played Sea of Stars, which is this game right here. They haven't played Sea of Stars. I know. You can kid all you want to. That's on you. They haven't played sea of Stars. They haven't played like Bug Fables. They haven't played games that have like that reactionary component to it. And for that, I say, all right, that's cool and all. And if it's just for the parry system in the game, because most people that I've watched play the game, they don't use the dodge system at all. Because the dodge system is supposed to be there to help you get comfortable with the parry system. So, yeah, I had a blast. I had me a blast with Star Wars. Which one? Jedi Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor? Or an entirely different one in total. But either way, yeah, these are the games that I beat this year. And we beat Darksiders Warmaster Edition on December 21st, which wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all. And as I said before, if I had to pick out of all the games that I beat this year, in particular the games that came out this year that I beat, which the games that came out this year that I beat would be Killer Chimera, Blade Chimera, Super Road Boy, Monster Hunter Wilds, AI Limit, Doom Dark Ages, Onimusha 2, Samurai Destiny Remastered, Liza P Overture, South of Midnight, Lost, and Random The Eternal Die, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, Silk Song, Shinobi, Hell Is Us, Duck Detective, The Ghost of Glamping, Down Like the Beast, Ghost of Yote, Outer Worlds 2, Dispatch, Exposition 33, Constance, The First Berserker Kazan, and I think that's it that came out this year. I would honestly say I would probably swap this one out with this. Fallen Order? Good. I would say this would probably be like my favorite games that came out this year. Right here. So First Berserker Kazan would be number one. Hell is Us would be number two. The Outer Worlds would be number three. Monster Hunter Wilds would be number four. Dispatch would be number five, and Constance would be number six. That's why I would be out with it. And granted, I didn't play like some of the other stuff that other people was like clamoring and talking about because, to be honest, a lot of that stuff didn't pass my eye test. But I know that's just me. Now, for 2026 is already stacked and loaded, and I don't think people understand how stacked just the first 3 months of 2026 is. And then on top of that, Grand Theft Auto 6 might get pushed back again. So there is a fair chance that Game of the Year will not be Grand Theft Auto 6. But for me, for the month, when is my birthday? Oh, my birthday's on the Saturday. Let's go. My birthday on the Saturday. All right, so for me, I'm surprised nobody didn't try to like release anything this week. But for me, what I'm looking forward to in the month of January, and you can see like all of this stuff that's getting ready to come out. The Legend of Heroes fans, y'all about to go crazy because Trails Beyond the Horizon is getting ready to come out. Animal Crossing people about to go crazy because Animal Crossing coming out on the Switch 2. Then you got I think I heard of this game. Try and double check, make sure. Okay, yeah. I played the demo for this. My computer couldn't handle running this game. I will say this though. Some of you developers, you need to work on the performance of your game. Maybe it's because it's recommended for Windows 11 and my computer isn't Windows 11, but my computer vastly meets the requirements. And this game ran like hot butter cheeks on my shit. So y'all got to work on game optimization. I don't know how y'all going to do that, but y'all need to figure that out. I'm currently playing the OG ported PS1 version. What I tell you, Hulu? Hold up. I told you I got all bro. Hold up. I told you I got all right here. Right here. Right here. Got all the joints. Got them all. Got them all. Got them all. Oh, and then there's like, I don't know why they did it like this. Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, but yeah, got them all. I'm gonna go through all these joints on the channel. I don't know how I'm gonna do them yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do them single video or episodic yet. But I'm also gonna go through Chain Echoes, Sea of Stars, Bug Fables, and a bunch of other stuff in this. Oh, and the Monster Hunter Stories series, because I need to get ready for Monster Hunter Stories 3. So it's kind of crazy that the original still has more content than the remake. What, Final Fantasy 7? That's because the remake ain't done like being remade. Final Fantasy 7, when it first came out, was like it was a 3-disc or a 4-disc game. Something like that. Back on the original PlayStation, it was like a 3-disc or a 4-disc game. But yeah, a bunch of stuff is getting ready to come out though. So I don't know how prepared a lot of people are. This is a horror game that's getting ready to come out. I was looking forward to this game right here until I played the demo of it. And then like the demo turned me off. Because the game didn't look nothing like this when I played it. Like the screenshots you see right here, it ain't look nothing like this. I felt like I got catfished when I launched the game. It ain't look nothing like this. I don't know if it was because it was a demo or whatever, but yeah. I mean, it's going for 20 when it drops, but it be what it be. You said so is the OGPS 1 port, we got the full game or 1/3 of it? Are you talking about the PC port? Yeah, that's the full game. The reason why Final Fantasy 7 was for disc was because there wasn't enough memory. Like back then, I think they used CDs or something like that. I can't remember. No, CDs was like for audio. I'm trying to remember what format they used for PlayStation disc. I can't remember the disc format, but I don't think it was like DVDs or anything like that. Can I get this blown up? Compact disc. No, so it was a CD. It was a regular CD. Oh well. But they use like a special form of CD for these joints. So that's disc 1, disc 2. Where is the other? Is this all they got? They just got disc 2 and 3 only. That's wild. So where they gonna get the rest of the disc from? That's crazy. You can't even start the game. But yeah, it is. The only reason why it was split, that's for like any game, because there used to be a lot of games that came out that was like, or at least Square Enix games during the time, because Final Fantasy 8 had like multiple discs as well. Final Fantasy 9 had multiple discs. I'm trying to think of some games that wasn't like Final Fantasy related. I believe Jade Cocoon had like multiple discs. But yeah, a lot of games that came out during that time, like they had multiple discs. So yeah. What's Highguard? Oh, is Highguard this? Yeah, you got that. You can keep that name for me. That's that drink that they had released with when they was riding like horses and shit. That ain't for me, buddy. You can hold that. Not for me. And what's this? Is this like a? It is. It's a blacksmith game. All right, so people probably gonna love that. That ain't for me. They turning everything into a game now. Soon they gonna have Loiter Simulator, where you just stand outside of a convenience store, see how much of a ticket you can rack up for loitering before the cops come get you. Said if they were to make a full version of it, would the game be 200 to 300 hours plus? What are you talking about? You talk about Final Fantasy 7? Nah. Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy 7 is like I think it's like a 60-hour game or something like that. Actually, we can look at the whole Final Fantasy series. I think the original game is like, because one is like 17 hours, give or take. Okay, so to be a completionist is like about 80 hours. To be mixed, it's like about 50. Nah, it wouldn't be that long. It would not be that long. When they did the remakes for this drink, they added it. The remakes ain't really a remake of this. It's a remake in terms of concept and characters, but it's not a remake in terms of the story. They actually retelling the story differently in these remakes compared to the OG Final Fantasy VII. But yeah, most Final Fantasy games like they range between 40 to 60 hours. Like I think it's after 4, right? No, 4 is this is 1991 4. 1991 4 is 24 hours. But then there's a remake for 4. 5 is like about 36 hours. Always go with the median number as opposed to shit. Those are rookie numbers right there. That that 1,521. Those are rookie numbers for Final Fantasy 14. But like, yeah, like in most cases, these drinks are long games. Like Final Fantasy 10, 68 hours to 144. This was a PS2 game. Final Fantasy 13, 61 to 105. And again, this was a PS3 Xbox 360 game. And on top of that, you know what's funny? Because it's saying that the main story is 48 hours. Before you get to the open world, you got to go through 30 hours of the main story. So before you can even touch the side stuff, you got to go through 30 hours, a mandatory 30 hours of the main story before you get to the open world in Final Fantasy 13. I remember because I used to joke with people about that when that game came out, when people always would try to tell me Final Fantasy 13 is a great game. And I'd be like, well, you're kind of corridor simulator for like 30 hours of the game. And then after that, you could go to the open world and do what you feel. But for the most part, you're stuck with, that part. And most people, they didn't make it past the 30. Some people dropped it like after 15 hours. Some people dropped it like after 15 hours. And people forget this, but I remember. I remember. I was around during that time. I remember the jokes I loved to crack. Oh no, Final Fantasy 6 is 40. So 6 is 40. Then you go up to 7. 7 is about 50. Then you go to 8. 8 is 53. Then you go to, where is 9? Where is 9? 9 is 53-ish. Then you go to 10. 10 is 68. Then from 10, you're supposed to go to 12. Where's 12? Because 11 is an MMO. So you go to 12. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm always remembers. 12 is 62, but 12 changed up the combat system of the game, if I remember correctly. So it was like ATB, but like a mixture of things. Because like it was positional. You could change like where your character was placed and all of that. So it operated heavily like a tactic style game where you really managed your position on the battlefield, and how you manage that position would also determine what type of attacks you could do and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I really like this game right here too, Stranger of Paradise. I platinumed it on PlayStation. It's a dope game. I think I couldn't understand why a lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was pretty cool. Final Fantasy, and then after Final Fantasy 12, you go to 13, which 13 we saw like if you just do the main story, which I think you can get away with just doing the main story without ever touching any of the side stuff, because it's like after the 30 hours, you then hit like a point of no return or something like that. And then after you hit the point of no return, you could just finish out the game, which is supposedly another 18 hours. But yeah, a 300-hour Final Fantasy game doesn't sound that bad. It would be extremely long, but oh well. If you do have a 300-hour Final Fantasy game, it's called Final Fantasy 14. You have a 300 you have two 300-hour Final Fantasy games. It's called Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14. I don't think they should. I'm also going to play through this on the channel too, World of Final Fantasy, because I got this game as well. I got it on PS4. I honestly don't think it would be god damn. So OG 12 was 61, 92 to 159. I don't think it's a smart idea for any company to make like a 300 plus hour game that has no multiplayer component in it. That's just me. Because I don't think today's youth, because people my age, they'll buy that shit. I don't think today's youth would buy that shit, because it already says 70% of gamers are still playing games that came out in 2017. You said it does not count because they're not single player. Hey, that's cool. I don't think they should. I think that's a way to shoot yourself in the foot, because what you're expecting is for people attention spans to be so locked in on that game that they actually complete the 300 hours. And then at that point, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your resources. I honestly think games need to be shorter, because there ain't enough time in the day for some of these drinks. A lot of these games be expecting you to play it and only it, and it's like, nah, bro. But yeah, in January, I'm getting Code Vein 2. I'm going through Code Vein 1 on the channel already. Episode 1 should be up tomorrow at 2 p.m. For those that don't know, Code Vein is pretty much like Anime Souls like. So if you've played like AI Limit, it's kind of like that. It's a little loose. I will say that as well. But it also doesn't operate, and by loose I mean like the controls. Like the controls don't feel tight. So like your movement, your character kind of drifts and slides a little bit, because I'm guessing the way that they calculate acceleration in the game. As well as like some of your attacks, they don't necessarily have feedback or good feedback in the game. So like you'll hit something and something will kind of like, it'll look like it's super armor and through like you're attacking it to hit you. But that's in 1. And 2, it looks like they fixed a lot of that. All right. But in 2, it looks like they fixed a lot of that. The game looks pretty dope. I'm excited to play it. I've been interested in like hopping back into the Code Vein universe, even though I'm replaying through 1, because when I played 1, when was the last time I played 1? Hold up. Because I had bought it on PS4 so that I could play through it and like get my feel for it. So I had got like the Game of the Year edition of it that came with like all the DLC. But originally I played through it on PC. So the last time I played it was October 10th, 2019, and I think that was the day I beat it, right? How do I check achievements? I think that was the day I beat it. Defeat the Skull King and the goal of stagnant. View error ending. So yeah, I beat it October 9th, 2019 at 10:30 p.m. And when did I start playing it? I started playing it in September. Sometime September. All I remember is like how angry this game made me. Like as I got toward the end of the game, I was like, yo, this game is buns. But that was back in 2019. 2019, I was not for the understanding. I was like, yo, either I think you're fun or you're not. I think at that time I was just like, this game is hot but butter cheeks. But I will say it do look cool though. Like a lot of the stuff that they have, some of that kind of looks like not necessarily their visceral attacks, but there's something where like pretty much your veil generates an attack that you could do, and it kind of looks like that's what those attacks are, and it looks pretty cool. I can't wait to play this just to see like how far they got. I'm also, as I said before, I'm also re-going through the game on PS4, so I could prepare my mind for two, because this game in particular is like way different in terms of Souls like genre, because instead of you directly leveling up your character, you're not leveling up your character. You're leveling up these things called what are they called again? They're like blood codexes or whatever. And like it's different versions of them. So you got like fighter, caster, ranger, berserker, mercury, Prometheus. You got like a whole plethora of them drinks that you can level up, and each of them have like different ranges of abilities and spells and all that. But this is also like one of those games that if you find it too difficult to go through by yourself, it also has like a companion system that isn't like, I'm doing it in modern terms that people understand. It isn't like a not a summon. What do you call that joint again? The thing that people be saying people's playthroughs is flagrant in Elden Ring because they mimic T. There we go. It took a minute for my brain to get there. I haven't played Elden Ring in like a year. But it's like a mimic T. And but it's not a mimic T. You get what I mean? It's like actual people that you build relationships with throughout the game, and then you building those relationships. They could come with you on your journey, and so it's a lot of different things that you could do, like on this game in particular. I'm looking forward to Code Vein too, though. I'm curious to see like how everything is going to pan out. I think what I'm probably going to do is when I played through it on PC, I went through the game with the companions. I think on this run on PS4, I'm gonna try to go through it without the companions. Was that a spider? That was a spider. How do you get spiders in my zombie vampire game? Okay, but I'm gonna try to go through the game without the companions this time around. And I think when I play Code Vein 2, I'm gonna try to go through it without the companions as well. And I think the reason why I'm gonna do that is because the companions make the game like super, super duper easy, to the point where it kind of seems unfair. But one thing that they did, I think that this was the reason why the game pissed me off and I never touched it again. So in one, you could go through the whole game with the companion until you get to a certain point, and that's the final boss. The final boss in the game, you can't fight with a companion. And I can't remember why they did it that way. I'm gonna figure it out once I get back there in the PS4 version, but they made it that way for a reason. I can't remember exactly why. But when they did that, when I tell you, that blew me, because like going again, as I said, playing through the game with companions, super duper easy mode. The second they took that away and it forced you to fight the boss by yourself, it was like learning a completely different game. So I honestly think it's best if you go through this game in particular, as well as the first, probably without the companions, just in case they do that to you again. Otherwise, you're going to spend like probably 30 minutes to an hour like learning how to play the game properly. So that's going to be something. I'm going to get this on PS5 though. I know you could get it early, and yeah, so if you buy the deluxe edition, you could get it early by 3 days. And I think the OG release, so yeah, January 26th, and the real release date is January 29th. Me, I'm waiting for the real release date. I ain't. You see that price jump right there? It went from 70 to 90. You got it, champ. It's a recession. Everybody broke, especially me. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I don't know what this one is though, but I see it. Oh no, this ain't for me. I can already tell. I can already tell. This looks bunziti. For me, the aesthetic is like an important part of the presentation. When your aesthetic don't pop out immediately, I know some people would say, well, you can't say nobody put tender loving care into it. Well, the game will pop out immediately and you'll see that tender loving care when things line up correctly. So then, what is this? What is this? A roguelike PvE. Colony Sim. It's interesting. Don't look like it's for me, though. I do want to get this Dragon Quest joint, though, Reimagine. Because I have Dragon Quest, it's either 7 or 8 on the 3DS. I never finished the joint. I got far as, I don't know what it is. I just never finished it, but this is something I'm looking forward to. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until it go on sale. So I'm not going to add it to my list. But I'm definitely going to keep it in mind. But, you know, for the right price, you know. Can't go breaking the bank on everything. And they also doing the remastered for Deus Ex, but I already own the base version of the game, and I got a feeling that mods could pretty much get you up to this point. And they probably gonna charge you like $30 for the joint anyway, so I'd rather not. But Neo 3, this is definitely a day one copy yappy. Copy yappy. I can't wait till this joint come out. Played the demo of it when they had announced it. It was a lot of fun. The only reason why I didn't beat 1 and 2 is because they got giant arachnids in the giant. But now my new train of thought is I got through the first Berserker Kazan. And the first Berserker Kazan got like variations of the arachnid. Like multiple variations that just makes my skin crawl and my brain tingle. I could do Neo. I think I could do Neo. So I'm gonna go through 1 and 2. I'm probably not gonna be able to play this day 1 because just my OCD isn't gonna allow me to until I beat 1 and 2. Especially because I had 1 and 2 for like years. like I got 1 and 2 on PS4. I bought 2 day 1 on PS4. I bought 1 like somebody had told me that 1 was like Onimusha. And so I went and I bought 1. I played a little bit of it and I was like, it's nothing like Onimusha. It feels like Ninja Gaiden meets Dark Souls. And so I kept playing it. And then I had got to the spider layer and I was like, you know what? I don't think I want it that much. I don't think I see you, Big Bertha. You got it. Let me just go ahead and put this down and let me go over here. So it had me a little bit. And I was like, I don't think I can. Now I kind of got like the Mutagenics. Mutagenics is, I believe, it was supposed to be a game where Edmund McMullen and Tommy Raffinese, if I remember correctly, but it looks like it's with him and somebody else now. I heard about it like a while ago though. Yeah, that's definitely Edmund McMullen's art style though. Is that I can't remember his name. Meat something? But yeah, okay. It says it's a tactical breeding. Hey yo, they wildin'. They wildin'. You got that, champ. I wish the game all the best though. I don't think he created a bad game yet though. I think most of the games he created like people have loved. Why does this give me Chainsaw Man vibes? Yeah, I don't think this for me either. That's cool though. I hope people have fun with that. Look like it could be a blast. I do want this Yakuza though. Not gonna lie to you, but I still got to beat Yakuza 0. Still got to be my Yakuza Kiwami. Got to be my Yakuza Kiwami 2. I gotta beat those before I buy any more Yakuza games. And the crazy part is, I have all of them now. I have the Like a Dragon joints. So Yakuza Like a Dragon and Like a Dragon 2 that had came out. Infinite Wealth right there. Got both of those. Also got Like a Dragon. The man who erased his name or something like that. I got Like a Dragon. The joint that's in feudal era Japan. Also got I also have the Judgment spinoff, so Judgment and Lost Judgment. Like I got all of them. I just haven't beat them. These are some incredibly long games. That's what I will say. All of these Yakuza games or Yakuza style games, they are long games, bro. But I will be picking this up. I don't know when. I'm probably gonna wait until it's on sale. More than likely, it's probably gonna go on PlayStation Plus like after 6 months. But Chroma Gun 2, Hound Life 2, I'm looking forward to this as well. Hound Life 1 was a lot of fun. And in this one, I think you're gonna be like doing some skateboarding or something like that. And so it looks dope. And it looks like you're back in the same city and everything too. I wish you would look over to the right because I'm trying to see if I can see the house. But it looks like the same place though, where your home base was in 1. So I'm looking forward to this. I heard Reanimal is made by the same people who did who made what was the name of that giant? Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Kind of looked like it was made by the people who made Little Nightmares. Oh, and THQ Nordic. Can't say what y'all got going on. I do not need to be buying any more games. I already bought enough games. I already put a huge dent in my wallet. Don't need to put any more dents. Can't wait for this to come out. Main reason why I'm going through the Dark Side of series right now is to prep myself for full. But yeah, so got that. Dead in Antares. What is this? Oh, it's like a visual novel game. Is it? Look like a management sim. Oh, it is kind of a management sim. Yeah, because with the icons that's down there and then all of this right here. So yeah, this is a management sim. Okay, don't look too bad. Has a demo for it too. Okay, interesting. Now for me, the crazy thing is I own all the Styx games, and I never bought them. I got them in like humble bundles. Hold on, let me see. What did I classify Styx as? I think I classified it as no, it would have to be in first person, right? No, I didn't put it in first person. Where the hell did I put these Styx games? Are they action adventure? Yeah, I put them in action adventure. So I own both of these joints. Haven't played them yet. I heard good things about them, but it's just kind of funny to me that I own both of them, and now that I'm seeing that a third one is coming out, I'm just like, God dang, that's crazy. I wonder, are these games like good? I mean, I own 2 of them. I could just check it out for myself and see, but it's just interesting seeing this right here. And if they keep making them, that means that they're good to somebody, right? And this is Nikon, the publisher. Also, the same people who published Hell Is Us, Test Drive Unlimited, RoboCop. Okay, they got some stuff under their belt. Raven Watch. I didn't know Nikon published Raven Watch. That explains Still Rising. Still Rising was not that good of a game, but all right. And Tide of Tomorrow. What are you? I don't know why. I thought it was that other game. Um, Tides of something. Tides of Annihilation. That's what I was thinking of. Tides of Annihilation. All right. So nah, that's not that. And we have Resident Evil Requiem for the end, for the tail end of this. Hold up. Let me see what they got. See what you got. See what you got. See what you got. See what you got. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Resident Evil remake trilogy. So 2, 3. Oh, going for 35. Capcom really trying to get at them pockets, but Resident Evil Requiem. Apparently, Leon is supposed to be in this one. I'm planning on going through all of the Resident Evil games from 1 all the way to Village. The only Resident Evil games that I know for a fact that I beat is Village and 6. Not 6, 5. Village and 5. But I don't mind replaying both through them because they were great games. Not gonna lie, the baby sequence in Village scared the crap out of me. Don't know why. It just did something crazy to my brain. It made it jig. So I'm curious to see how like Resident Evil Requiem turns out, because they said that they was going back to their horror roots for it. So I'd love to see like how they delve deep into that. Then there's also going to be a remake for Tales of Berseria. I actually am at the end of this game on PS4. I've been stuck at the end of the game for like about 2 years. It is because like I'm under leveled to take on the final boss, and a part of me just don't want to grind in the game to get properly leveled up to take on the boss, the final boss of the game. So I was just like, bumping. I'm just at the end of the game. A part of me was just like, yo, I should just go look at the end of the game or the whistle face, because I don't feel like grinding in the jank, because it's going to take me a minute to grind up to the level to actually take on the boss. So I was just like, I don't think it's worth it. Because after I beat the boss, that's the end of the game right there. There's nothing else for me to do. So why do I got to grind in this jank for me to get this thing and then fight this boss? Because it's difficult to fight him. I think it was difficult for me to fight him just one-on-one or something like that. And I was because like he has a lot of attacks that are like AoE and they'll one-shot you. So I was just like, well, I can't really do anything skill-based that would like allow me to dodge that. So the only thing that could beat it is levels, and I don't feel like doing that. But yeah, that was for the month of February. Now we're in the month of March. So for March, right off the rip, okay, so my wife's birthday is on a Monday. Got it. Wife's birthday is on a Monday. Try to do something for her that Sunday, and then take her out on that Monday, like a Solomon Grande. But I'm really looking forward to Coffee Talk Tokyo. I beat Coffee Talk 1. I need to go through Hibiscus and Butterfly, or Butterfly and Hibiscus. I've been meaning to go through that jank, but these Coffee Talk games, they're like visual novel style games. But they're great. A lot of them like to tackle social issues in terms of like family issues dealing with relationships, where like let's say for example interspecies relationships, but the reality is interracial relationships. Where like I believe in the first one it was an elf and a succubus, and the thing was the elf's family didn't like the succubus family because the elf family believed that the succubus was beneath them, as well as a bunch of other stuff. The other thing too was pretty much what was it? It was pretty much like mortal enemies that were like best friends for like a millennia, and a werewolf and a vampire. So that was a pretty interesting dynamic that they had there. Then it was also the father and like his daughter getting into show business, but the father knew how show business was because he worked there, and he knew how sleazy and how much of a scumbag like certain people within the industry could be, and his daughter was working right under one of those type of people. So he was concerned for his daughter, and she wasn't hearing it because she wanted to be a pop star Well, I think she was a pop star. I can't remember exactly, but it was like a lot of those conversations and dialogues that was going on, like in the coffee shop with the shopkeeper. And then there was also like this other little thing involving like an alien species and all that. So it was pretty dope. And then like the true ending of the game, I ain't gonna spoil it, but it ties into that alien species narrative. But it's a pretty dope game. It looks like they already got a demo out for it too. I say check it out. Check it out. I'm looking forward to this. Oh, and the other thing too, a big part about the game is like you making coffee. So like you make the coffee and then you could also like do, what is it called? Not necessarily calligraphy, but I'm trying to remember what they actually call it, but you could craft like different designs and all that inside the coffee with milk. And I think right now this kind of looks like tea leaves or something like that. So it's interesting a little bit. Etch. There we go. There's the word right there too. Etch. But yeah, it's a dope game. I can't wait till it come out. I already got it on my list. That is definitely one that I'm picking up. And as I said before, I'm picking up Code Vein 2, Neo 3, How on Life 2, Resident Evil Requiem, Coffee Talk Tokyo, Monster Hunter Stories 3, Twisted Reflection, Sorrows, which is supposed to be like a continuation from Returnal. I got close to beating Returnal. I never beat it. And it was just strictly because of Shiny Pebble Syndrome. That's the only reason why I haven't beaten that game yet, is just purely Shiny Pebble Syndrome. I need to go back and actually finish it. And I kind of want to 100% it because there's a lot of like lore and stories that's like attached to it. I'm also thinking about getting Screamer. I'm a little undecided on it as of right now. And it's just primarily because when you look at Screamer, right? So when you, hey, welcome back, Hulu. When you look at Screamer, right? My main issue is this, right? Hold up, no, wrong trailer. So my main issue with Screamer is, you'll see.
He's here. It's him. It's Gabriel.
It's Gabriel.
We need
like you see the anime look of it, and now do you see how the game looks? That's my main issue with the game. And I know that's going to be a lot of people's issue with this game as well, because they had the same issue. They had this same issue with this game right here. I don't know how many people played it, but I own it. I used to play like a lot of Need for Speed games when I was like younger, but that was back when Need for Speed like they made great games. But like similar issue here, like where here it looks realistic or somewhat realistic, or the aesthetic of it is realistic. And then you have like, you see the anime filters that pop up when you do like your thrusters and all that. And so watch, you're gonna see it. You're gonna do it again. Boom. And like you see like the lines, how all the graffiti anime stuff come out. And then the crazy thing about it too is how they did the cutscenes, which I don't think the cutscenes are as egregious, because they did something similar with one of my favorite Need for Speed games, which is Need for Speed Carbon. Because if you like take a look at Need for Speed Carbon, you can see kind of something similar in the cutscenes. So like, you see it a little bit in the cutscenes, like they wash it out. It's actually look like they took real footage, but they did something to the colors to wash it out to make it look the way that it looks. But at the same time, it's not that bad because it matches how the game looks aesthetic wise. So what's going on to get a paper towel? Oh no, I'm just talking about like I actually got this game on my list right now, which is Screamer. I got that on my list. But my main concern is just the aesthetic issues with like how they're handling the game. So like with the game, they're showcasing to you that this is how they're going to present the story to you in anime fashion.
It's Gabrielle.
Right? But then this is how they're going to present the gameplay to you in a realism aesthetic. And it to me is boggling. You know what I mean? It's like it's not a bad thing, but at the same time, it's like, damn, y'all couldn't be consistent. You know what I mean? Because they could have kept what they was doing with the anime and then just did it like this. Automoto lease. Oh, I butchered the name. But they could have kept everything the same and just did an aesthetic like this. Which is more so cell shaded. Which is surprising because it still holds up to this day. But you see what I mean? But they didn't for some strange reason. And in my mind, I'm like, it's to me, it seems it's more difficult for you to actually go through the process of etching, or not etching, but sculpting the car to be what it is, as opposed to you just getting the shape, getting the colored textures, and then just applying the shader to it. That seems like it's less complicated than doing all the action, doing these high quality textures, and then applying those to the car. So I don't know. I don't know. It's wild to me. But I'm still interested in it because it's been a minute since I've been interested in like a racing game. And like the more that I looked at it, the more I was like, that look like it could be. It look like it could be, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I do want to try this drain out though too. This Poketopia or Pokopia. The only reason why is because I be watching my wife play like Animal Crossing and Minecraft, and I'm like, if there's any genre of game that could get me into like the whole survival aspect of it, I think it would be Pokemon. I think it would be. But yeah, it don't look bad. It look alright. It look alright. It look alright. Would I buy that day one? Hell no. But it look alright. It look alright. Toxic Commando. I still don't know what this game is about. Cause looking at it, it just looks like it's like Left 4 Dead. Or what was the name of that the failed game that Arcane Studios made? Renfield? No, that's a movie. That's a movie about Dracula's slave. Redfall. Redfall. It looks like it's gonna be like Redfall or Back 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead or something like that. I think a lot of people are gonna have fun with this joint. They probably gonna enjoy it. To me, it look alright. It don't look anything crazy. You know. Actually, now that I look at it a little bit more, it looks like it's gonna play like Vermintide. Either Vermintide or Darktide. Yeah, because it looks like it's all about like enemy saturation, like how many enemies can you fit on the screen. So that's interesting. I got a feeling people gonna love that. I do want to give this game a shot, but I got so many CRPGs to play, just in general. Like I already got like 19 CRPGs to play. Now, granted, I'm never touching this game again. Disco Elysium. I'm good on that. But I still gotta go through the Baldur's Gate games. I gotta go through the two Divinity games. I do kind of want to go through the old school Fallout games, but I'm kind of gonna leave them alone. Icewind Dale, Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, and then the two Pillars of Eternity games. Had these forever, and then I do want to go through Planescape Torment, but at the same time, I'm like, I still need to do these two. So I still need to do the main two that I really want to do with or a series is Pillars of Eternity and Divinity, the Divinity series. I want to go through Baldur's Gate just because I think it would be a good series for the channel, and I do think I really like Baldur's Gate 3. Because I watched some people play it and it looks pretty interesting. But yeah, got yams. Okay. But Solesta. I don't think I would be able to play it anyway though. Just because of like how my brain works too. Because I would have to beat the first one before my brain would allow me to touch the second one. Dark Switch. What is Dark Switch? What is this? Oh, it looks like a 4X game? No, it's not. City building, survival, simulation, atmospheric strategy. So it is strategy, but I thought it was a 4X. It might not even be a 4X. Say, is Baldur's Gate 3 a real turn-based game? I might check it out if it is. I guess the best way for me to actually showcase it to you, it's turn-based in a sense. I know Divinity was like you pause, you perform your actions, or at least because my wife and I we was playing the Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition on Xbox One co-op. So because she had bought that for me for like my birthday one year. I know with that game, like you paused it and then you selected the actions that you wanted to do in like a sequence, and then you unpaused it and then it did the actions. I know a lot of games function like that, or a lot of CRPGs function like that. I'm honestly not sure about Baldur's Gate, but we could take a look real quick. Combat gameplay. Because I would think since it's made by the same people who made Divinity, it might be that. Like that might be the action. But I could be like way off. Let me just go deeper into it. Hold up. See, turn order. Okay, so it looks like there is a turn order. So the turn order is up top, so far that I can see. Looks like there's an action, a bonus action movement. Oh, this is just D&D. Yeah, this is D&D. This is just pure D&D. So yeah, it's turn-based. It's turn-based. You actually have the distance in meters that you can actually move your character. Then your movement would actually be right here. Then you have your spell slots. Okay. Arcane recovery. So is that the amount of arcane that you recover after each turn? Oh yeah, so this is just pure blown D&D. I was watching many a true nerd play this game. So I wasn't really paying attention to when he was doing like the combat sections or anything like that, but okay. Yep, so it's turn-based. Okay, move right there. And then it's gonna go to the next person, which is gonna be that. Then gonna go there. And it looks like your evasion and all that is going to be based off of an innate stat that you have. So that's interesting. So yeah, it's turn-based. I mean, if you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. It's a long game. It's a long game too. It's like hundreds of hours if I remember correctly. Yeah, 179 hours for a completionist, 115 hours for somebody that's just playing it casually. But from what I hear, I think even these hours are kind of skewed because the amount of time that you could get out of this game is like it's kind of up there where you want games to be, which is that 300-hour mark, because you could go back the different permutations for events that could take place in the game is vast. Like it's huge. So each playthrough could be entirely different, like on some roguelike type ish. Or at least that's what I hear. So you beat the joint once, you know how many times you be beating Persona? You could beat this joint once, beat it again, you probably think you're playing a whole different game. So just something to look forward to. I think it's on sale right now on the PlayStation if you want to get it. But yeah, so then there's that. Then we got, of course, my Monster Hunter Stories 3. We got the Stories 3. Who is this? Is that the Magnamalo? That ain't the Magnamalo, is it? Of course, he on the Rathalos. That ain't the Magnamalo, is it? Okay. I think the first one was like a Nakakugura like popped up in the village and destroyed everything. And now in this one, you got a Magnamalo. That's crazy, bro. I can't wait till that joint come out though. But I need to hurry up and beat 1 and 2. Okay, so we got that. So that's the 13th. So I got some breathing room. I'm probably gonna wind up beating Coffee Talk like by the 10th. Because the Coffee Talk games aren't normally that long. The first one was like about 5 hours. The second one is like about 10 hours or something like that. So it ain't gonna take that long. It's probably gonna be like another somewhere between 5 to 10 hour game. Excuse me. I know a lot of people, they were high on Crimson Desert. I was too for some strange reason. And then the more I saw of the game, the more I was like, nah, that's gonna be a no for me, B. I don't know what I'm looking at anymore. It entered like what's the name of that game? Where Winds Meet. It entered Where Winds Meet territory with me, where it was like, all right, you're showing me a lot of stuff, and then when they actually have somebody sit down and play the game, it looks nothing like the stuff that they showed where the person didn't sit down and play the game. And then when Where Winds Meet dropped, it was nothing like the game that they was talking about like for the past 7 years. I was just like, you got it, bro. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not falling for the traps anymore. I'm not. I can't anymore. I can't let you hustle me out my coins no more. I'm good. But this jank, it looks like it could be cool. But I'm trying to tell you what you need to do. Do not look at this storefront page. Go watch people that played this drink at the events. Look at like the hitching, the stutter stepping, and all that. Even look at how the hood is designed. Like all of this looks amazing, right? It looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous, right? And then
I recently got 45 minutes of hands-on time with Crimson Desert's combat at PAX 2025, and let me tell you, Pearl
and
Abyss
then you
is
start to
cooking
look
with
at it.
this game. For those of you who don't know, Crimson Desert is an open-world action RPG with quests, exploration, and a full storyline. But there were so many things shown off in the trailers leading up to now that this much effort in the combat alone seemed extremely ambitious. The amount of tools shown at your disposal were overwhelming, from light and heavy attacks, overhead slashes, running, dashing, jumping, sliding.
He said it was what?
Light seemed extremely ambitious. The amount of tools shown at your disposal were overwhelming, from light and heavy attacks.
He said overwhelming.
Overhead slashes, running, dashing, jumping, sliding, rolling, parrying, counterattacks, shield bashes, vaulting jump attacks, impaling and repositioning enemies while impaling.
Cause like to me, what it
slow-mo with
reminds me
attacks
of
a la
is like
Horizon
where
Zero
winds
Dawn,
meet. Like
dodging
right
while
now,
slow-mo
it
bullet
reminds me
attacks,
of where winds
lifting your
meet.
sword to blind enemies, charge attacks to rush down
Like
opponents,
the current
spin
where
attacks,
winds meet, the
flying
one
front
that's out
kicks,
right
drop
now.
kicks, step back
And I'm
attacks,
just
ground
like,
kicks,
I'm
stabbing you
good,
on the
bro.
ground, picking them up off the ground,
I don't know
suplexing
what it
them,
is with me.
mounting
I
larger
don't know
enemies
why
and
my
climbing
brain
them
just
Shadow
keep
the
thinking
Colossus
about it
style,
that way,
and
but it's just
Spider-Man
like,
web slinging
I'm
using a
good,
grapple to
bro.
approach building-sized rock turtles. This is really impressive because apparently this is just a mid-game build, which
Okay,
means
so
there was way
they
more to
are
cover
saying
for your
that
arsenal.
this comes
The fact
out
that
this
not
year.
only the moveset itself is huge, but singular attacks can have different functions depending on the context of the situation, such as the L3 and R3 buttons, which are your quote-unquote left
You
and right
already
hands
know
as
it.
a force palm attack.
You already know
Which
it.
is a mid-air boost after a jump, a guard-breaking low punch on the ground, or even used to launch on the ground, or even used to launch during a side switch. One of the moves where Cliff vaults over the opponent onto their backside, but then can cancel.
Ever since my time with E33, I don't think I'm gonna take any more game recommendations from people ever again.
Because player expression is, in my opinion, one of the best tools to keep players invested in a game.
I kept telling you, I'm mad that you bought Exposition 33 over Metaphor Refantasio, which is made by the same Greninjas that make Persona. But you know, I'm gonna let you rock. That's on you. I kept telling you to get Metaphor Refantasio. Did I tell you to get Exposition 33? I said, I think you might like it. Because you like turn-based games, but I kept telling you to get Metaphor Refantasio. Same systems, same calendar system. The only difference is the theme of the themes of the story.
He did exactly as I asked, and it sequenced perfectly. Not only was I
But same systems, damn near.
with me, but even he seemed surprised that it strung together. This immediately got me on board on how
Well, like very minor changes.
led to another comment he made while I was
You, my
playing,
cousin,
was
and the
not
rest
to
of the
play this
world
like
lied to me,
Souls-like.
but that's
Also,
okay,
using
because I'll never
videos.
trust the gear.
Speed of
All right.
Dark Souls style fights is not
All right,
quite
your little ass bed get Metaphor Refantasio. I know that.
with a mind-boggling amount of inputs to remember. This game really pushes you to master every combination of buttons, shift controls, toggle menus, and what moves link into each other. This complexity is pretty clear when you begin to see most of these systems almost feel like a fighting game, like Soul Calibur. There are multiple throws depending on if it's mid-combo, the direction the opponent's facing, or the position they're
Who
in.
made
There are
this
side switch
game,
attacks
though?
that pop you over or through your opponent, OTGs, or off the ground for people who don't know fighting game terminology.
And like, what is the
Times teching
purpose
when
of
getting
it?
hit onto the ground to reduce time knocked down, and full-on combos with moves that link into each other. One combo that was recommended to me was to glint my sword using R1 and L1 together to blind and stun them, then use my charge stab attack using circle and X together, then light heavy with R1 R2, then end with a powerful overhead slash with R1 and R2 pressed together. These combos are highly recommended to do because singular attacks on their own often have your opponent pop out quickly and retaliate with a smack to your face, which
Okay.
often had me punished for doing random singular strikes.
All
I
right.
personally
You convinced me. I got, hold up. No. We got to do some due diligence. We got to do some duck diddly due diligence. So Crimson Desert. We know this comes out March 19th, right? But does it still say March 19th? It still says March 19th. So we know it come out March 19th. I know I'm not getting 007 First Light. That's what I do know. Who makes this trade again? It's Eidos Montreal, right? IO Interactive, yeah. Kind of the same people. Not really. But pretty much the people who own the Hitman license. That's what I'm worrying about. Pearl Abyss. Whatever you made before. Oh, no, it might be real. Fuck, man. The month is already stacked. Nah, it might be real. Because Black Desert Online is like legit. Like it is one of the best combat systems in an MMO. Oh, it might be real. Fuck. Ah, my wallet can't take this. All right. Let's go ahead and add it. And it might be real. Damn, bro. all right, I might have to let Screamer go and just catch that drink when it's on sale or something. You see this shit? It might be real. And a part of me is gonna like hate myself if I don't like give it a good chance. My question is though, what is the story about on it? Because it's portraying itself as an action RPG, which, okay, cool. Or not even an action RPG, but an action fighting game or an action adventure game, right? All right, cool. So what is the setup for the story? So what is the story? That is my question. Story. Is that games? It's 3 years ago. 7 things you need to know about Crimson Desert. Why Crimson Desert is one of my biggest games of 2026. This is Gaming Bolt. GameSpot. Because I trust GameSpot to not strike me. Everything I've learned from my second hands on with Black Desert on of Crimson Desert. It's even in the name. Crimson Desert, Black Desert. How the fuck did I miss that? On a side note, who's making Tides of Annihilation? Isn't that like some Chinese studio or something like that? I know I'm not interested in the game anymore. It's too visually noisy for me. Eclipse Glow Games. I know it's a no for me. Yeah, and this is their first game. The reason why it's a no for me, and I think I could pull up like the boss fight. It was something that they was doing. It was a boss fight. And the boss fight, when I was watching the boss fight, I think this is it. When I was watching the boss fight, Gwendolyn, let it go past, because it's a lot of talking. So like, this is what they did, right? And this is the one thing that I hate in any game when they do it. If I'm playing your game, I want to play the game. I get that you want downtime there for you to like go through your story and all that. Make it quick. Get it in there. Get me back in the game. What this does is it blows me. Because I was looking at this. I was like, oh, this might be legit. I was like, oh, this is solid. Right? And then you get that. And then she hides behind the wall. Right? You can't get through the wall. So then somebody comes in. They fight her, and you're just watching. You're playing the dodger right now, so you're just watching. And then you're going to throw. They're going to throw something at her, right? So yeah, take the spear, and then you throw the spear at her. It's more spectacle than it is gameplay. And you know what that reminded me of? The more I watched it, it reminded me of when I was playing Lost Soul Aside. Lost Soul Aside, I was oonga boongaing, mashing buttons. Just bow, 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 mashing buttons. There was no thought, no rhyme or reason. I'm just hitting buttons. No, I ain't even thinking about the button I'm hitting. I'm just hitting the button. And it was just like, well, if there's no thought to it, then there's no point of playing it, right? And that's just how I felt looking at this. Because I played enough games that have because where's Eclipse Glow like based out of? I can't remember exactly. China. I rest my motherfucking case. China. You know, there's another Lost Soul Aside did it. That's China. Black Myth Wukong does something similar in it for the last boss fight when you're fighting against Wukong. I'm probably one of the only people I hated that boss fight because it was more spectacle than it was practicality. And it's just a bunch of other games that AI Limit does something similar to that as well. And AI Limit is a Souls-like that's based out of it's a Souls-like game that came from China. So hold up. Although I really enjoyed AI Limit. Can't remember. I think hold up, is this the same company? Same thing, Chengdu, China. AI Limit is a very solid game. If you love action-based games, I would recommend it. It's a solid game and it's cheap. You know me, I love cheap. But yeah. Dang. I think when I said that I ain't like what's the Hulu, did you dip out on me? But yeah, that was like my main issue with the game though. Was just that right there. Or this right here. I kind of find it funny that it's Taro Noe, the ferryman. And then again, more spectacle. And it was just like, well, it's easy to make boss fights if most of the fight is a scripted sequence. You know what I mean? At least that's how I interpret it. Cause like again, now you're dashing away. Oh, okay. Now you're just dashing away and now you're in and then it's gonna happen again, right? So then you do that and then another scripted sequence. And then now you're back to playing the game. So they're doing like that little rush attack. And then again, another scripted sequence. And it was like most of the game was scripted sequence right here. And I was just like, okay, I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that because I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just hitting one button and then I hit another button and then I go into the scripted sequence. I hit a button, I hit one more button, I go into the scripted sequence. So I was just like, all right, I'm good on that. Because what I was expecting Tides of Annihilation to be is, I was expecting for it to be a more grandiose version of Stellar Blade. That's what I was expecting, which is not. It's not even for a millisecond. Because, like, you looking at this boss fight, right? This right here, I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name in Stellar Blade. I'm going to actually replay through Stellar Blade because Stellar Blade was an amazing game. Okay, yeah, Unidentified Natiba, right? This boss fight right here and then the boss fight that comes after is amazing because it's all practical. It's all you doing everything. It don't take the gameplay from you. You're the one that's breaking her focus gauge that's right here. You're the one that's actually inflicting damage to her health bar. It's nothing taking you out. And you are also the one that's doing the parrying. You're doing your abilities. You're doing your skills. The only scripted sequences comes from when you use your skill. And then that move was a pain in the butt. But this person making it do what it do. And then bing, bing, bing. I love that ability. And put some hot and sticky on her. Bah. But yeah, it's all practical. And that's what I was hoping Tides of Annihilation would be. I was hoping that it would be like something like this. And this is not even the best boss fight in the game. Like, what was her name? Was it? It was Raven. So her name was Raven. That's so Raven. Not even the best boss fight in the game. This is not even the best boss fight in the game either. It's just one of the memorable ones. Because she fights just like you and everything too. Stellar Blade is another game that I highly recommend to like the action junkies out there. So like if you like games, if you like Souls likes that are more on the action side, because Stellar Blade has Souls like elements, but I don't consider it a Souls like. I consider it more like Devil May Cry, if I'm being honest. Like one of those character action games. Except in this particular character action game, you play as a As I forgot what a new human. I think is what they called them. A new human known as Eve. So yeah, you play as a big titty assassin. that is the best way I can put it. So if you like playing Bayonetta, you might like playing Stellar Blade. The combo diversity in it is kind of crazy. So yeah. But back to this. Back to the lab again. Back to the lab again. But yeah. So, dang, I gotta add Crimson Desert to the list. I didn't even get my answer though. Hold up. Crimson Desert story. Because I don't even know the story of Black Desert Online. Excuse me. Crimson Desert tells the story of Cliff, a mercenary leader of the Greybane clan on the continent of Paywell, as he seeks to reunite his scattered comrades after a devastating ambush by rivals, the Black Bears, all while uncovering a larger conspiracy destiny tied to a power vacuum left by a comatose king. It's a tale of survival, growth, and difficult choices, blending large-scale action with deep character development as Cliff confronts his past and an uncertain future. Protagonist Cliff, a resolute mercenary leader burdened by trauma. Setting: the vast, harsh continent of Paywell. I think it's Paywell? Paywell. A land rife with conflict, mystical creatures, and political intrigue. Inciting incident: a surprise attack by the Black Bears scatters the Greybanes. What if I feel like I spelled it wrong? Arc. A. Rack. Mid. Free. No. Crimson Desert is a Greninja. That's not what I asked. Does Crimson Desert have arachnid? Crimson data potentially including arachnid enemies, but specific details are not yet confirmed. Okay, so potentially. There are quite some spiders south of the gateway. A dark rift boss can spawn within them. There are stone spiders in there. Okay. That's not the question I'm asking. The game was originally a prequel to Black Desert Online, but it turned into its own standalone single-player title. That's what I thought. It looked like it. Because the more I looked at it, the more it started to sound and look like Black Desert Online. Because Black Desert Online, it has a fighter class, a berserker class. Hold up. Black Desert Online classes. Yeah, because it has a warrior. So warrior, ranger, sorcerer, berserker, tamer, Musa, Meiwa, Valkyrie, Kunoichi, ninja, wizard, witch, striker. Striker was some of the vibes that I was getting from it. Striker, warrior, and berserker. Mystic, Lan, archer, dark knight, Shah, guardian, a little bit of guardian. Hashashin. I probably just butchered that. Hashashin. Nova, Sage, Corsair, Dracania, Wusa, Megu, Scholar, Dosa, Deadeye, Wukong. I'm guessing staff. That's what they made by Wukong and Seraph. Yeah, so what I was getting from it was the warrior, the berserker, the actually you could bust on the joint, so probably some archer, but some striker too. So it's gonna be interesting when the joint come out. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. I need to look at more footage because eventually I might have it here now, but after I like do my deep research on it, maybe we'll do like a stream or something for it. Like we'll do it like a Sunday or something where we look deeper into the game to try to figure out exactly what it's going to be about. But for right now, I got it. I got it there. My only concern is that joint gonna have them big, giant, fat, nasty spiders in the joint. Because the game is like based in the aesthetic is realism, like hands down the aesthetic is realism. Especially coming from Black Desert Online, especially a game that like its aesthetic is like top 10. It's one of the best looking MMOs of all time. So understanding like who's making it and then really thinking about it, I'm just like, all right, bro, like how we gonna do this? How we gonna do this? But it makes sense. Pearl Abyss country. I think they're based in China, right? Oh, South Korea. My bad. I didn't do my research. My bad. So it's South Korea. All right. I should have known that because I could see the Hangul. I don't know why I thought Chinese. But yeah, that makes sense. And then we also getting Phantom Blazer. The spiders in Star Wars Fallen Order is insane. You know what they tried to call them joints in Star Wars? They tried to call them ticks. That ain't no tick I ever seen in my life. And then them joints got them juicy booties. Them joints be jiggling when they be moving. Bruh. You don't understand how thankful I was when Star Wars Jedi Survivor didn't have them joints in it. Like I was super thankful. I was like, thank you. Cause god dang. that game was trying me, man. The first one, I still got that platinum though, but it tried me. I still ain't got my platinum, but it tried me. He said, man, why? Man, what? Yo, understand, bro. Like, did you step in like the spider goop one time and like the drape popped out on you and like got all up in Cal Kestis face? Yo, when it did that, I had a headache for the rest of that day. Like, them Jace was, ugh. Them Jace was full of that, oh boy. So, mouse PI for hire. Okay. Oh, you did? Yeah. Yeah, that was my bad. I'm trash. Hold on, is this the game that because what is it? Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse is like leaving Creative Commerce or something like that, or like its license is like up or something like that, and people could actually use it. And so people used it. They decided to make this mouse PI for the for a detective. Happy bitch the whole. Yo, bump that whole map of Kashak, man. Like, get it out of here. Burn it down. I'm sorry, Wookiees, but they gotta go. They gotta go. I do like the look of that game, but I don't really know how I'm gonna feel about it. Like when it actually releases. Real. What is this? What's an action RPG? I thought this was gonna be like a Hat in Time a little bit. Yeah, I know better. I know better now. it wasn't until like Black Myth Wukong where I had came up with my master plan because there was no arachnophobia mode in that game. And I definitely wanted to beat that game because I waited for it for like 6 years. It wasn't until I might try this right now. Create unique spells by combining magical ruins to solve puzzles your way, transform objects, manipulate time, and discover the mystery of a world where everyone has vanished, leaving only 12 people behind. Every puzzle has multiple solutions. If you can imagine it, you can probably do it. That sounds good. I like that. Publisher is Yogscast. Why does Yogscast sound familiar? What did they do? What did they do? What did they do? Played Up. Okay, that's what I saw. Oh, and Cave Blasters. Oh, Cave Blasters is only 79 cents right now. I'm trying to remember what I had Cave Blasters on. Did I have it on 3DS or something like that? No, I couldn't have had it on 3DS. I don't remember what I had Cave Blasters on. I do remember it was like a fun game when I played it, though. It was kind of nice. Okay, so that's who's working on this. All right. Or who's funding that. And then the people who made this is this game that you made. Okay. Looks kind of like baby's your first game, like developer's first game. All right. Interesting. I might look it up later. And then, you got the 007 First Light. I know a lot of people are excited for this game. I was looking at it and I wasn't impressed. I think it's because I was spoiled on 007 games growing up as a kid. And so when I see things like stylized like this, it's like, it ain't no GoldenEye though. It ain't no World Is Not Enough. It ain't no Agent Under Fire. It ain't no Everything or Nothing. That's just where my brain goes immediately when I look at this. Because to me, this kind of just looks like a Hitman skin. You know? Like they try to make, what is the name of that dude? Will Arnett. Like they tried to make Will Arnett into 007. Like a young Will Arnett. And I'm just like, it looked cool. I don't think it's for me though. Maybe if it go on sale. Yeah, that drain on rails like crazy. Maybe if it go on sale, I'll probably get it. I get it when it drop down to like 20, 30. But for $69.99, you got that champ. You got that champ. I need that for the cheap. For the Chapisky. And of course, we're already looking at Pragmata. And then there's also a demo out for Pragmata, which is the Pragmata Sketchbook. So if you got a powerful enough PC to run it, as well as Windows 11 on your PC, I don't have Windows 11, I still have Windows 10. The crazy part is my processor is an 11th gen. This is saying an 8th gen. 2060 Super Turbo. I said Super Turbo. Super. 8 gigs. I have a 3060 with 12 gigs, so I should be able to run it theoretically. But, it's because I don't have that operating system that it's just going to go the way of the doo-doo. Which is fine. Did they move Soros back? Hold up. I thought even at the Game Awards they said that ain't no way. Y'all didn't do that because of Grand Theft Auto, right? Yes, House Marquee upcoming PS5 exclusive Soros had its release date pushed back from its original March 20th, 2026 slot to April 30th, 2026 announced during the Game Awards. Did it? I thought it still said March 20th. I'm blind then. The Game Awards in December 2025 to allow for more polish and to meet the developer's vision for the game. Pre-orders are now open for the third person game. Oh shoot, you ain't doing nothing but making my life easier. Because now we move you from there to there, Championioni. And then we just need to move you from here to here. Here to here, here to here, and then we could just delete this up. Actually, you know what? Get Screamer out of here. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think I'll be able to get over that. If I'm being honest, I don't think I'll be able to get over the whole aesthetic swapping the way that it's doing it. So if I could find a way to beat Pragmata before Sorrows comes out, I'll be fine. So far, this all looks doable, except Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is probably going to be like a 50 to 60 hour game because it's turn-based. It's turn-based. It's a creature tamer. So it's going to be turn-based. So that probably will take me a while. Of course, Coffee Talk Tokyo is probably going to take me like about a day or two. And on top of that, it comes out on a Friday, right? No, it comes out on a Thursday. I could play it a little bit that Thursday. Well, no. Because for some strange reason, games don't release at midnight anymore. They release at fucking 1 in the afternoon. Whoever came up with that, you're dumb. But Friday, I could probably play it for like 2 hours. Then Saturday, I could play it for like 3, 4. And then Sunday, same thing, 3, 4 in the morning. And then I probably still won't be done with it. Because if it's 10 hours, and it seems like it might be 10 hours, so that'd be fine. Then Resident Evil, Life, then Neo 3. Neo 3 is the one that's actually going to take me probably the longest. Because the Neo games are all like anywhere between. Actually, it might take me as long as it took me to finish the first Berserker Kazan, because the first Berserker Kazan, it's heavily seeped in the Neo formula in terms of progression, in terms of like level progression. Not necessarily character progression, but level progression. So if it's seeped like in that aspect of it, then yeah, it'd probably take me like about 50 hours. 50 hours each. So that's about 100 hours. So yeah, I ain't definitely beating that in the month of January before that come out. So yeah, by the time I hop on Neo 3, everybody probably been done moved off of that jank. Oh, and Cole Carnage playing Neo 2 right now. I thought he already beat Neo 2. He probably just getting like reacclimated to the series. Invincible versus Morning Tide. I don't really care about Invincible. Let me know when that 2XKO release date is. I think they said sometime in January, but I don't see a release date. I need a release date for that. Hop on that joint and give people that skibbity back. Okay, and then Lego Batman. Lego Batman comes out May 29th. All of these games, like, they starting to get beside themselves a little bit, because like not Batman, but because Grand Theft Auto pretty much got like Grand Theft Auto pretty much got the rough end of the stick. Legacy of the Dark Knight. Grand Theft Auto pretty much got pushed all the way back, and now like they got strikes and all that going on. That's making it even difficult for the games to come out. What is Paralyzed? Oh, you got it. You got it. That's that parasocial activity that they be talking about. Daggone kids. Be smirched. I have no clue what I'm looking at. The town of Besmirched starves. Stave off the hunger of the latest farmhand in this survival horror. Okay. Said Grand Theft Auto got Greninja spooked. Yeah. Again, as I said, 70% of people who play video games today are playing games that came out either in 2017 or before. You know, one of those games that came out before 2017? Grand Theft Auto. In particular, Grand Theft Auto Online. And you know what people are doing in that Grand Theft Auto Online? RP. You know how much, because if I just said, you ain't gonna believe me. Hold up. I'm looking for it. 2K posts 299 million in the first quarter. A single quarter, 3 months. 299 million. And their gap grew to 540 million, a 39% increase year over year. Bro, they don't even gotta release Grand Theft Auto 6 and they be good. They don't have to. And that's because, you know why? People still playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online. They don't ever have to release Grand Theft Auto 6 if they ever did. And people might not want to admit it, but that's probably why they didn't release Grand Theft Auto 6. This is the longest we went since a Grand Theft Auto game came out. Like, if you want to get technical with it, right? Right? So if you want to look at like all the Grand Theft Auto games that came out, right? So 99, the first Grand Theft Auto. 97, first Grand Theft Auto. 99, Grand Theft Auto 2. 2001, Grand Theft Auto 3. That is 2 years, 2 years, 1 year for Vice City, 2 years for San Andreas, 4 years for Grand Theft Auto 5, and 5 years for Grand Theft Auto 4, and 5 years for Grand Theft Auto 5. We are entering 13 years until Grand Theft Auto 6. And then Grand Theft Auto 6 ain't even guaranteed to come out this year. Because they had it originally set for, I think it was either April or March. No, April or May. I can't remember the original date, but it was like it was April or May. Then it pushed back. And then a lot of games that said they was going to front load themselves at the beginning of the year to hurry up and get their game out so that, you know, people could at least, you know, try their game, which the reality is most people that's going to play Grand Theft Auto 6 more than likely ain't going to play a lot of these other games. I'm just going to be 100% honest with that. Because me, I don't even plan on buying Grand Theft Auto 6. But that's just me. But I know there are a lot of other people who will, and Grand Theft Auto 6 is the only game that they're going to buy on the year. But even still, like, if you look at these time limits, then you look at what came out in between 2009. So that's between this date right here. You got the Lost in the Dam and the Ballad of Gay Tony. For 2004, you got Grand Theft Auto Advance. 2005, which was in between Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 4. You got Liberty City Stories, which was it was actually on the PSP first. Which was on the PSP. Then you got Vice City Stories, which came out originally on the PSP. I remember because I was in middle school when these joints came out. Oh, no. I think I was in middle school when Liberty City Stories came out. I think it was 2005. When I leave middle school. Was it 2004 or 2005? I don't know. That was a long time ago. But I know I got my PSP when I was in middle school because the PSP came out when I was in middle school. But yeah, I was mad as shit when I broke my PSP screen too. Now that I'm thinking about it. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. What's going on? And then Chinatown Wars came out in 2009. So even still, right? There's still stuff coming out in between these dates. There's still Grand Theft Auto content that's coming out between those dates. Because there was even a complete edition that had came out in 2010, and that was before Grand Theft Auto 5 had came out. So they were still feeding the streets, essentially. You can say they was trying to feed the streets with this Grand Theft Auto Trilogy edition, but that shit was ass. So I'm just saying, like, it was, it is what it is, it is what it is. Let me go back to what I was doing. But yeah, this whole month originally was barren. I do remember that. June, kind of barren. But that's just because people haven't really announced. I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of shadow drops this year. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. There's going to be a lot of shadow drops. So, like, there's games that's supposed to come out that still don't have a release date, like Onimusha Way of the Sword, that don't have a release date. So that's probably going to be announced at, like, some gaming convention, like, later on this year. Lords of the Fallen 2, that's supposed to come out in 2026. Don't have a release date for that. Lies of P2, that's supposed to come out this year. Don't have a release date for that. Hold up. Let me double check. Because I could be wrong on that. Lies of P2 release date. Okay, yeah. I was about to say, I did hear somewhere. Somebody said that. The sequel is slated for a 2026 release date, though this is an estimate window from financial reports, so 2027 launch is possible, especially given the development time for the previous DLC. I don't know. NeoWiz seemed like they'd be on top of it. They literally said that the DLC would be out early 2025, and they announced it after a quick Google search. Okay, so as long as it is confirmed by the developer around. Okay, so people are saying that they don't know when it's coming out. So what I'm gonna do is, just for my own sanity, I'm gonna delete it from the list. But yeah, Darksiders 4 is supposed to definitely come out this year. Or I keep saying this year. But it's supposed to come out in 2026. Oh, it's not? I thought they said 2026. I could have sworn like there was something that I saw that said 2026. Hold up. Let's see. Okay, so nice controller. What did I see that said 2026? War, Death, Fury, Strife. I wonder why they kept the other two like in shadow. I could have sworn I saw something that said 2026. Also, why have people wish listed now? If you ain't coming out no time soon. Okay. So it's not. Never mind. Let me remove Darksiders as well. I don't need anything that's an uncertainty. I need certainties around here. All right, so Darksiders 4 might not be coming out 2026 either. That sucks. That was the whole reason why I was preparing the way that I was preparing with Darksiders 1 through 3. Was because I heard that it was coming out in 2026. I don't remember where I heard it from now. That's what's kind of hurting me a little bit. I'm like, where did I hear that it was coming out in 2026 from? But, you know, it be that way sometimes. Sometimes you think and you think wrong. Okay, this one should be like May 29th, right? At least that's what I think I saw. And then anything else I could just easily change up. Yeah, 29th. Anything else I could just add or change up. But so far, we got like, what is this, like 10 games? 10, 11 games we looking forward to? With two not necessarily being given like a how do I put it? Two not necessarily being given an official release date, but we heard that they were coming out this year. We heard about this on, I believe it was the announcement trailer for Lords of the Fallen 2. That and the developer, like, yo, developers, sometimes y'all just need to shut the fuck up and let your game do your talking for you. Like, just hush your mouth. Like I don't think y'all understand like the scape of things now, like in terms of gaming. Like, people are no longer looking at games for games. They're looking at games for headlines. Like, how can they figure out a way to profit off of like some bull that's going on in the gaming community? Like, don't give them the bull to promote. Just give them a good quality product that you stand behind wholeheartedly. Don't be out there and doing all the politicking and all of that. Like, just shut the fuck up. You said Atlas is finally blessing some news on the 8th of January next month. So like in 9 days. But yeah, I believe this had a date to it, right? It had like a year. Coming 2026. So yeah, had a year. I don't know why I'm thinking that Darksiders 4 had the same thing. Like, it had a year. Because anytime you see wish list now, to me, that means your game is coming out within a year. And they did that 4 months ago. So I'm thinking it's coming out within a year. That's the other thing too, developers. If your game ain't coming out no time soon, stop with the whole wish list now, bro. Like, no, show something. Show some gameplay before we wish listing stuff out here. Like, what are we doing? Said they doing a whole live stream. You know what that live stream is gonna be for, right? Hulu. The live stream about to be for this, bro. All you about to hear is that's all you about to hear right now, bro. You about to just get straight up that for Persona 4 Revival. You know why? Because I don't even think they did a what is it? I don't even think they did like a showcase of this joint yet. They're like, that's cute. You think you're going to get a whole Persona 6, huh? That's adorable. Let me see. Actually, what does that side of YouTube thinks? Persona 6. Reveal. This is like the people that was like talking about some week after drop for when the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer is going to launch. Like, all those people for like the past decade and the past decade plus talk about some, oh my God, guys, I can't believe it. Grand Theft Auto 6 is finally coming. That's how the Persona people gonna be. Oh my God, guys, I can't believe Persona 6 is finally coming out. In 10 years. You know it's the 30th anniversary, right? Yeah. That's why I said it's going to be Persona 4 Revival. That's what they're going to showcase. Because when did Persona 4 Revival come out? I mean, when did Persona 4 come out? Just regular Persona 4. I think, was they still going by Shin Megami Tensei? I think so. I think they were still going by Shin Megami Tensei during this time. So yeah. Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4 came out on the 8th. Now I was gonna say that's like a decade. Nah, it's not a day. Nah, I mean 2 decades, but nah, it's not it. It's not it. Oh my god, it's gonna be so funny. People gonna go to that jank. Hold up, what? Because it's Atlas that's doing it, right? You know what's about to be even funnier? If they mention Shin Megami Tensei 6, before they announce Persona 6. That would be hilarious. Because which one came out first? Persona came out before Shin Megami Tensei 5, right? Vengeance? You said the last game with the SMT title was Persona 4, yeah. They rebranded with 5. Well, no, they rebranded with Golden. Technically, they rebranded with Persona 3. What was it, Fez? Was it Persona 3 Fez or Persona... Hold up, no. I think Persona 3 Fez was still called Shin Megami Tensei. Or it was Persona 4 Golden. It was one of the two. It was one of the spinoffs. I do remember that. But it was before Persona 5 had came out. Because like I could go get my Vita copy of Persona 4 Golden. It don't say Shin Megami Tensei on it no more. It just says Persona 4 Golden. Okay, so no, it wasn't with that one. It had to be with this one though. Yeah, it's with this one. That's when they just started calling it Persona 4 Golden. They was just like Persona 4 Golden. It was like, shit, that's a mouthful. SMT P4G? I was like, God damn, that's a lot. P3P? SMT P3P? Let's give them a little bit of that RESPECT. But yeah, I got a feeling that's what this pretty much gonna be. It's gonna be a showcase, and then trying to remember Atlas games. What I want Atlas to do is I want them to revive the Blue Dragon series. So yeah, right now they got out Metaphor ReFantazio, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, Unicorn Overlord is kind of solid, a little bit. It's a nice little tactics game. Persona 3 Reload and Persona 5 Tactics. Upcoming releases, diddly. So probably what they're gonna do is they're gonna have like a release date for Persona 4 Golden. I mean Persona 4 Revival. I actually got this game on PS3. I need to finish this. But diddly. It'd be funny if it's another spinoff for Persona 5. Though. I would die laughing, bro. Because they've been milking the franchise. They've been milking that one in particular. Like a little extra hard. Of course they milked 4. They made a fighting game for 4. They made what else? Because it was Persona 4 Arena for 4. They had like a dancing joint for 4. And they had something else that I can't remember. But for 5, they got the dance. No, this is Persona 3. For 5, they got the dancing joint, Dancing in Starlight. They got a Dynasty Warriors like for it with with Persona 5 Strikers. They got Persona 5 Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth. Then not only that, but where that Jane at? I missed it. Now they got Persona 5 Tactics. Then also, the new name Jane for Persona 5 Royale. So like they've been milking it. They know what they've been doing. 13 Sentinels is pretty good. I have heard take about them doing the remake for base vanilla Persona 5 like we have right. bet that, you know how much that is in the face of the fans? Like, that's crazy. Like, yeah, we hear what y'all want. Y'all think we about to do some work over here? Us? Oh, no. Legend of Legacy. Legend of Legacy is pretty dope. My wife had got me this for my birthday. Was it my birthday? Yeah, my birthday. I was playing the shit out of this game. It's dope. It kind of has like some roguelike qualities to it. But I was playing it on 3DS. I still need to beat that game though. Yeah, there it is right there. Persona 4 Arena. But this one is Ultramax. I remember when it was just Persona 4. I was in college. People used to play the shit out of that and like the little the common. What's it I forgot what that area is called that we had, because it was like a game room in my college that like you could rent out games from the library, take it to the room, and you could play it. And they had like a bunch of different systems there, and like people would bring this game to that area and like hook it up on like multiple systems, and people would just be running the ones on it. It wasn't for me. I say that it wasn't for me. I just watch people play. This joint pretty dope on the that's the right one I'm thinking about. Yeah, because this is the one with the samurai. This joint pretty dope on the 3DS. But yeah, there's Persona 4 Golden. I got a feeling what they probably gonna do is they gonna remake something right here. But you see what I mean by that though? There's Persona Arena. But you see what I mean? Like how they call this one even Persona 3 Portable. They call this one Persona 4 Golden. But down here, Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4 and Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3 Fest. But here they don't call it that. It's just Persona 3 Portable. Yeah. I do want to go through this one though too, which is the earlier giant. And there's one that I'm missing. It's like Innocent Sin or something like that. Or do they not have it? No, that's the wrong one. But either way, that's hilarious, bro. You already know what they about to do. They're about to give you this mean overview of Persona 4 Revival, show you all the new shit that they did for the jank. And you know what they probably gonna do? They gonna like sprinkle in a little tease. Fez. I forgot. Fez meaning and Persona 3 Fez. I forgot. Fez come from a festival. So Fezu, for everyone's soul, Fagaru evade skills. Hey, yo, people wildin'. People are wildin', bro. Fagaru your evader skills. Oh, man. But yeah, so again, hold up. Atlas Showcase. They're doing the showcase. Atlas West. Now what I wanted to do. How you know they're doing something for this? That's actually what they might do. They might do another remake to one of their like Japanese only games and port it over to the States. That's another thing that they could potentially do, like real quick. But yeah, I'm gonna stop looking at Tides of Annihilation because then people are just gonna call me a hater for like not being as big on it as everybody else. But it's like, I don't know about everybody else. When unless like I know what I'm getting into is like heavily narrative based, but if you peg yourself as an action game, I expect to be the one doing the action. Like that ain't too much to ask, is it? I got everything though. Let me go a little bit deeper in. Pause. Pause. Actually, the other thing too would be GameSpot. Games releasing in 2026. Because I know sometimes the calendar doesn't really have like all the games that's really coming out. I do not give two fucks about Polygon. I honestly don't think Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out. If I'm being 100%, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't think it's coming out. I forgot that Seven Deadly Sins game was coming out. I'm just trying to do my due diligence, at least when it comes to Persona. I keep my ears to the streets, Hunk, when it comes to Persona. At least when it comes to Persona. I hear you. Hear you. Hear you. It's the one game you got to look forward to. I know if it was me, like, I don't know how I could do it if it's just like one series that I'm only looking forward to. I forgot that they doing this expansion for Diablo 4. I mean, I ain't gonna play it, but it's good to know. That shit moved from, I think it was either April or May to, I think they said October or something like that at first. And now they saying November. That joint ain't coming out that joint ain't coming out this year. That's hilarious. Nah, they ain't coming out this year. That is dead. That is DED. Dead. These results. Ooh, I forgot the Scarlet Engagement was planned on coming out this year, right? I forgot about that. I'm mad because I even put that in my update that I'm gonna play through Ritual of the Night so that I could get myself ready for the Scarlet Engagement. Ooh, this joint looks solid too. The camera angles and everything. Okay. And when it says coming out, yep, it does say 2026. Don't know why I don't have this on here. Scheiße. Blood stain the Scarlet Engagement. Engagement 2026. See, I forgot. Sometimes I usually supplement the calendar with like somewhere else because if there isn't a release date associated with it, it's not going to be on the calendar, and the calendar won't even bring up. I forgot about Control Resonance as well. Control Resonant is supposed to have like a 2026 window. We don't know when though. Directive 8020. Nah, I remember that game. It didn't look good to me. I thought that said Dark Cloud for a second. My brain was about to go, yeah. Nah, I sure already know Dark Cloud is never happening again. Like that's it. What is End of the Abyss or End of Abyss? End of Abyss. Click through it. See my test. Oh. Oh. Ugh. Interesting. Okay. Looks interesting. You have piqued my curiosity and you have my attention. Okay, so you are not coming out on. You are not coming out on Steam, or you're not on Steam. Okay. What are your platforms? Coming 2026. Oh, it's only gonna be on the Epic Store. Yeah, you got that, champ. Enjoy yourself over there. Enjoy yourself over there. Do Fable have a release window? It does not. I'm honestly skeptical of them handling the Fable IP, but especially if Peter Molyneux isn't there. Because at least I know I can tell when Peter Molyneux is lying to me, like when he's feeding me some premium grade bullshit. I watched him throughout my entire adolescence to my adulthood. I know when he lying to me. When it comes to these new guys, like they could get one over on me because I haven't observed their patterns. I haven't gauged their tales for when they lie. Where my mod badge at? I just realized. Did you take it away? I didn't take it away. It shouldn't have been taken away. I double check. If it ain't there, I give it back. Oh, for Switch 2 though? Nah, you can keep that. You can keep that. I got other Fire Emblem games I still need to be like Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Three Houses. It gives me an opportunity to get through those. John Carpenter, Toxic Commando, those are Fallen 2. I'm actually curious about this. Does this even have a release window? Skydance Interactive, Skydance Entertainment. Hold up, where the fuck is the news for this game? Let's see the gameplay. I take your gun away. I don't even know what happened to it, if I'm being honest.
Searching house to house. If
AI. AI should come with like a criminal offense, bro. To stop motherfuckers from misusing it and generating shit for like people that's actually genuinely curious about shit. Like calm that shit down, bro. It's not that serious. You don't have to completely make something that's fake. Because all it's going to do is cause people to make a bunch of fake shit so that they could get the views. And then those views would turn into money. And that's the reason why they're doing it. They're doing it so that they can make money. So you need a way to kind of like get that out the way. Because that sucks. Like, I was genuinely curious. I was like, oh, they actually have gameplay footage for this now? Okay, cool. Okay, so End of Abyss is actually coming out on PS5. I'm probably going to wishlist it on PS5. End of Memories. What are you? Edge of Memories?
Turn everything it touched into nightmarish caricatures of themselves. We eventually won the war, but the corrosion remained. No one prays for salvation. They only yearn for a swift, painless death. But this time, the gods are silent. Only mankind remains.
I would like this, but it's too much stuff coming out.
Look at you, a child playing at greater things.
A black beast. So that's who I am now.
It kind of gives me Dust Divers vibes.
This is the corrosion's only known law: to gather and grow, to unite its corruption into one putrid mass, and create the biggest, baddest, and ugliest of monsters.
All right.
What price would be acceptable to pay?
He looks
in order to
familiar.
rid the world acceptable to pay. What price would
He looks familiar. Why does he look so familiar? Why does he look so familiar? What was old boy name? What was old boy name? What was old boy name? It's not him. No, it's not him. What am I thinking of? Not him. Not that. Damn, there's a lot of characters. I ain't gonna be able to pluck them out. I can't remember his name though. He like put his Kugane like on his arm though. Like he would wrap it around his arm and he would like fence with it. I can't remember his name though. He looks just like him. Is it him? No, it's not him. That's the crybaby dude. That's the crybaby dude. Oh, I can't remember his name. Oh, I can't remember his name. Yeah, that's GG's. That's GG's. I can't remember his name, but he reminds me. It's a dude from Tokyo Ghoul. He looks legitimately just like him. And the wild part is what tripped me out was the fact that he was fencing. And it just completely took me to that character. You said we need another Mirror Edge game because them ninjas left us on a cliffhanger on the last one. I didn't even beat the last one. I beat the first one. I ain't beat the last one.
Would be acceptable to pay.
But that Mirror's Edge game is never coming. EA didn't make that much money from the series. So Edge of Memories. Oh, it's made by Nikon as well. 2026. Okay. I can keep it on as possible. Like if it's a drought when that joint come out. Even though I got like a ton of other games to like supplement me for when there's a drought, but when there's a drought or something, like we got Edge of Memories. We got Edge of Memories for when there's a drought. Supposedly coming out this year. I think for anything that's like drought-based, like a drought-based game, just do that. That might be in my best interest. I say entrance. Interest. God dang it. Speak properly. Eloquently. All right. Lords of the Fallen, Mad King Redemption. No. Slay Echoes of the Past, Metro Rivals, New York, no, Mortal Shell 2. I wanted to try Mortal Shell 2, but when I went to play Mortal Shell 1, it reminded me why I didn't like the Mortal Shell game. And so I just put it down. I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna get 2. 2 ain't for me. I'm a Souls-like fan, but I think it's to an extent. It has a very interesting mechanic. I can't pull it off. That mechanic is not for me. Them people can't be nothing right. Can't do nothing right. Honestly, I blame the people. They don't know a good game if it hit them in the face with the sledgehammer. Well, the way I look at it like this is that you have gamers and then you have gamers, right? It's like the difference between, in the IT people, there's this guy called Eli, the IT guy, right? And he'll say there's a difference between servers and servers, right? Which, like, anything could pretty much be a server. But to be an actual server requires for you to meet a specific level of requirements, right? So that you can handle specific types of loads. Same thing with gamers. You could be a gamer playing 1 to 2 games a year, or playing mobile games, or playing games on a calculator. You can consider yourself a gamer, but like to be a gamer, like you play a plethora of stuff. You're ingrained into the news that's coming out. You're interested in the things that's coming out. You're constantly looking and checking to see what's being created. You're checking in with the different developers to see like some of the dev logs and all of that. Like there's a difference. And so for a lot of people are gamers, but they're not really gamers. If you get what I mean. Like, they'll play Fortnite, but they won't play Forza. You know what I mean? They'll play Madden, but they won't play Atomfall. They'll play, how do I put it? They'll play 2K, right? But they won't play Arc Raiders. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference. And that's not to say, because there's some people who play Arc Raiders but won't play any other game as well, right? But then you start to throw in other things like an amalgamation of things, right? There's some people that won't play Darksiders or that won't play Dark Souls, the Dark Souls series. There's some people who won't play Sifu. There's some people who won't play a plethora of these other games that are inherently great games. Like, just objectively great games. Like, if you look at them from a game design standpoint, to a mechanical standpoint, to a level design standpoint, they won't play them. But it's because they don't fit the ilk of what they believe a game to be. And for a lot of people, that would be the games that I mentioned. There are some people who have only played Grand Theft Auto Online, and that will be the only game that they play until Grand Theft Auto 6 Online comes out. There are some people who only played Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, and Red Dead Redemption 2 Online will be the only game that they play, or Red Dead Redemption 2 in general. Some people who only play 2K, some people who only play Madden. But the thing is, if you buy like a console for a single player game, you'll try out other things, but there's not that many people who buy consoles strictly for single player games. Most people play multiplayer games. And the reason why I'm saying all this, because it sounds like I'm just going on the main tangent, is that Mirror's Edge failed during the time where multiplayer games were dominating all of gaming. And it's I wouldn't say that it's necessarily on the people, because although I own Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I didn't beat it. I don't even remember playing it. What I will say is that there's just so much stuff that's coming out that sometimes things just get lost in time. Lost in the sauce. Okay, so that's the Reanimal game. See a Remnant, Scott Pilgrim EX. Actually, is this a remake of the Scott Pilgrim game, or is this a remake of the current game that's out? Or is this something different? And I'm mesmerized by the different Lucas Lees, though. That kind of just made me want to watch Scott Pilgrim again. Shadow Man, Silent Earth, Skate 1.0. Skate is going into 1.0. Slay the Spire 2. That's what I forgot. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart. Slay the Spire 2. Comes out in March. Yeah, I'm gonna be all up on that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sprint City, Galactic Races, Star Wars Zero Company, Subnautica 2. I still need to get far in Subnautica 1. Blood of the Daywalker. Wasn't this one of the games that was announced at one of those shows? Blood of the Daywalker. Oh, and this Bandai Namco? What is it? From the director of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Blood of the Daywalker. Daywalker. Kind of looks exactly in style with The Witcher. The Blood of the Daywalker is an open-world dark fantasy action RPG set in 14th century Europe. You play as Cohen, human by day, vampire by night, fighting to save your family, and the story shaped by your actions and the secrets you uncover. Blood of the Daywalker. Make your own story. Said The Witcher 3 was asked to you. I didn't get that far in The Witcher 3 to actually have an opinion of it. This looks good though. Looks clean. Looks clean. I did play a lot of The Witcher 1 though. I played none of The Witcher 2. I plan on going through the whole series though eventually. Okay. I can't tell if he used pocket sand or blood magic for that. Is that pocket sand or blood? Whatever. Looks interesting though. Alright, so Blood of the Daywalker. And you're probably nowhere near close yet. No system requirements or anything like that. It said it was coming out on PS5. I'm more than likely gonna get it on PS5. Looks interesting to me. It passes my eye test. Don't know when that's coming out, but passes the eye test. That's all I can ask. Let's look at a trailer of it. Lord of the Daywalker. Let me stop. Oh no, I keep saying Daywalker, Dawn Walker. I don't know why, but my brain kept going to Blade. Kept going to Blade whenever I was talking about it. Hold up. Can I look at your stuff without you like bopping me though? Nah, I ain't gonna take the chance. Cause like some people, they were like, you still make content, like bitch, what the fuck you want from me? Like I'm trying to look at the game too.
Must be here somewhere.
Interesting. Kinda don't care about all of this. Said gameplay of this.
Blood spilled carelessly, like water.
Okay. And the test has found out that that was a lie. Okay. Combat gameplay. There's been enough time that has passed. It should show me something. Damn, that's 21 minutes? From Bandai Namco? Alright. I just need to see a little something. I need to see it in action.
It's a really cool story involving legendary swords,
Pre-beta,
and
in-game footage, actual
today,
gameplay.
we'll focus on showcasing our gameplay systems.
Okay.
We're starting on the
The HUD
kind of
looks like hot butter cheeks.
largest city and the capital of Vale Sangora.
At least that
From
right
here,
there.
we
I don't
could
like
head
that.
anywhere the eye can
This
see,
could use a little bit of
explore
polishing
ancient
as
ruins
well,
or
but it's
sabotage
beta. They
Empire
could work on it. And the
transports.
compass,
But
kind of don't like it
it's
either.
not just about where or through Vale Sangora is never boring. The world is dense with quests, random encounters, and locations steep in lore. This
So it's
will
a
be
random
great
encounter?
opportunity to show you our combat system. Our goal was to make the player feel like a real swordmaster who closely observes his enemies.
So it's like similar to
We'll
the
begin
ARD
this
system.
fight by using acrid dust to stun one of the enemies.
So he is
We'll
throwing
begin
pocket
this
sand
fight
at him.
by using acrid
Hey, yo. Fucking Dale Gribble. Pocket sand! Hey, yo. You really just threw pocket sand at him, though. Alright, let me see more. Let me see
stun
more.
one of the enemies.
So that's a
Now,
stun.
When you attack, you
What the
choose
fuck is
one of
that?
four directions. We'll begin
Did he
this
just
fight
bop him with like the back of
Now,
his sword?
When you attack,
That
you
looks
choose one
awkward.
of four directions: up, down, left, or right, in order to hit the opponent where he's unable to parry.
Yeah, that look
And
awkward.
similarly, when defending, you have to take note of the enemy's intent and the direction.
Yeah,
of
it
the
kind of
attack.
has like
On
the
left
Witcher
side of the
1's
screen,
like
just
combat
above
system.
one's health, you have activation
Well, like there's a
charts
lot of
that will be
twirling
filled
and all
in
that.
with each successful attack, block, and parry. Once they are full, you can use one of the active abilities, which allow you to take a more tactical approach to fighting. We started the fight by throwing some acrid dust, and
I don't know how I
now
feel
let's
about it.
cast Burning Blood. It's a hex which boils boils the enemy's blood and burns their skin, dealing physical damage over time. Alright, time to finish this fight. Let's use the final activation charge to cast the artery
I'm gonna
attack,
skip.
which
I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip. I ain't gonna lie, that combat system look ass. I ain't gonna lie. Camera fans, power drumming down. 9-day differences in quest having incredible depth. That's depth? I think we all just see things differently. Maybe I'm gonna look at more of it later. For right now, that's a no, dog. That's a no for me. It looks too stiff and clunky. But I get that it's in beta, but again, I think what people need to understand whenever someone says something is in beta is that pretty much the mechanics that are in place, they're in place. That's there to stay. Now, what may change is how things look. But the mechanics that's there, they're there to stay. And I don't know. Some of the mechanics I wasn't necessarily feeling. Some of the animations also look like incredibly stiff. Like, I get a lot of people nowadays, like they go for games that have like great stories. Me, I go for games that have great gameplay. Because I'm going to remember the gameplay more than I'm going to remember the story. That's just how I am. Because I'm more of an active person. Now, if you make me passive, then I'm going to remember the story more than I remember the gameplay. But in games like that, action adventure games or action RPGs, said we need a Darth Vader game. There's a Darth Vader game. I mean, it's a VR game, but there's a Darth Vader game. It's called, what is it? Darth Vader game. VR. Vader Immortal. That's what it's called. It's on the MetaQuest. I heard a lot of people loved it, too. I heard it was pretty good. I never played it, but heard it was pretty good. But it's called Vader Immortal. Beep, beep, boop. Beep, beep, boop. Yes, Proud Nordics. So I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Cause we gon' get it so that we got. Gonna stop, keep rising to the top. Oh, this is that game? Okay, so this comes out next year. Let's go ahead and do this. And it's by Chucklefish too? Oh, most definitely, my brother. Chucklefish hasn't missed yet. You say, I don't want no MF and VR game. I want a real deal controller game. I mean, play Star Wars Battlefront 2. There's your Vader game right there. You know, damn well they ain't about to make no Vader game for nobody, bro. You know, goddamn well they ain't about to make no Vader game for nobody. Yeah, it's made by Chucklefish. I think Chucklefish was the dude who made Stardew Valley, right? Yabba dabba. All right. So with that, I think I got my list, or at least like my list, good and baked for right now, right? So we got Code Vein 2 coming out at the end of this month. I turned 35 on the 10th. So I'm going to try to have some fun with Code Vein. Code Vein come out on the 29th. Then we got Neo 3 on the 6th. High on Life 2 on the 13th of February. Coffee Talk, Resident Evil Requiem. I don't know. I thought the Star Wars fans had it good. They do got it good. They got the KOTOR series. They got their own. I think they got 2 different MMOs. But they got their own MMOs. They got pod racer games. They got Starfighter games. Like, there's a bunch of different types of games that's just in the genre or the realm of Star Wars in itself. Then you got the Grand Wars game, which is pretty much the Star Wars Battlefront games. Then you got or I mean, you could call them like, you know, the Battlefield style Star Wars games. And then what was that game called? Star Wars, not Galaxies, but I forgot what that game is called. The one where you pretty much are like you're doing like the dog fights and all that. Then they got the VR games like Vader Immortal. Then they got like the spin-off joints like Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. Then you also got the Force Unleashed series with Star Killer. Then you got the Lego games with the multitude of goddamn Star Wars Lego games that exist. And then not only that, I think they even have like movie games. So like they got games for like the original trilogy. No, they do got games for the original trilogy. They just came out for like the Super Nintendo and all that. Then you got the games that came out for like the prequel trilogy on like the PS2 and all that. And I don't remember if they made no. They just made those in the Star Wars games. I was about to say, and then you got like the Rey Skywalker trilogy, which is like the whole lore Lego games and all that. So they got games. They got games for days. They got games for days. If you're a Star Wars fan, there's not a game out. There's not I think the only genre that probably hasn't been made into a Star Wars game is probably a 4X Star Wars game. And I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong on that. Star Wars Rebellion is a 4X Star Wars game from the looks of it. So I kept reading about folks and Star Wars Rebellion seems like it's franchise is modern on Windows 10 is acceptable. Okay, yep. But this ain't old as she's and it'll kabibble. But yeah, Star Wars Rebellion. That's a 4X game as you could do. And then somebody said that's Alliance Spectrum. So mods and all that. Said they got a turn-based Star Wars game. Yeah, it's called Star Wars KOTOR. Knights of the Old Republic. I played it on stream before. So this is also the one where the dude who made these, who was responsible for designing these games, like he's working on the new joint that's getting ready to come out called Fate of the Old Republic. But like this joint, I don't know if it's gonna be like turn based or not, like how this one is. But I don't know why. Tell me why. Yeah, I definitely don't want to use Sharonico footage because he might try to blop a gribber. I'm not trying to get blopped. I'm just trying to see gameplay footage, bro. Just trying to see gameplay footage. I don't trust anybody like on YouTube to not like bot me. If like they get the little thing and what's it face and they're like ding 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 ding. I get official footage? Nah, because these people pretty much run the search results. I just want official gameplay footage. Do you love me that way?
In the end, you belong to neither the light nor the darkness.
Hold up, did they really release this for the Switch?
Stand alone.
But yeah, this is honestly kinda turn-based. I ain't gonna lie to you. I played a little bit of it on stream, but I was playing the PC version. I didn't know there was a Switch version. I probably would have just played the Switch version of it. Because the PC version of it is buggy as hell right now. I gotta figure out a way to mod the hell out of it so that it don't break after I take like 5 steps in the game, or it doesn't corrupt my save. But yeah, it has like a plethora of different it genre bends a lot in it too. Like it genre bends like crazy. So it's a plethora of things that you could do. So I said, when can we get this on the PS5? I'd love to get my hands on it. Never. Never. Actually, knowing Microsoft, it was originally like an exclusive. But yeah, this is kind of turn-based. So I don't know how familiar you are with like old school BioWare. Because BioWare made the first one and Obsidian made the second one, but this was actually where BioWare like started to form like the makeup of these type of games was, I believe, with the KOTOR series. Because it was KOTOR and then Jade Empire came out, which is my favorite BioWare game of all time, you know? But, yeah. What are you laughing at? But yeah, it's like old as dirt though. It's like super old. Super old. I miss this time. Oh damn, don't have no official. Yeah, I ain't fucking with you. You got it, buddy. I ain't messing with you not one bit. You think I'm stupid? Not this guy. I'm not dumb. I'm just irresponsible. You said y'all got a snowstorm over there too? Snowstorm? I don't think so. I mean, I got my blinds closed, so I don't know. I can't just look out back. But what was I saying before I got sidetracked? All right, so yeah. So I want to say at least we gonna be busy for a minute. I'm actually kind of glad that like we're at least gonna get about a month and change for Crimson Desert. Because if it's gonna be as big as Black Desert, because they're saying that originally it was supposed to be a prequel to Black Desert Online. I don't know how many people know about Black Desert. I actually played it. I played the mobile and I played the PC version of Black Desert Online. Black Desert Online is a beefy game, bro. It is a super beefy game. And this is what the combat of Black Desert Online look like. Because it's very action heavy. It's a very action-esque combat system. Nah, he gonna block my shit. I ain't fucking with that. But this might be interesting. But you could even see right here, right? You see how much this looks like Crimson Desert Online or Crimson Desert? It took a second for me to like peek everything until like I actually did the research and I was like, oh, that's why it looked like that. They really didn't have to redo the engine for that game. They just had to lift and shift it to the new game that they're working on and just add in some stuff. And so that you could get a better idea of what I mean by that, right? So like if I do this, right? And then what is it? Crimson Desert? Combat gameplay. Again, please do not bop my soul. I need my soul. Do not bop me.
5 minutes of hands-on time with Crimson Desert's combat at PAX 2025.
But you see the movement?
Let me tell you,
the movement is very similar to this. And then you go to this. It don't take much. Hold up. Could I see like the hold up? Because I think what would put this in even better perspective is if I do Warrior. That look crazy. That look like Breath of the Wild right there. All right, that is Breath of the Wild. But so you can see how crazy this stuff gets. Right? And like that's dumb. They're performing these combo actions in Black Desert. And you see it? You see like the similarities to the two? So I'm not surprised. I'm legitimately not surprised now. I honestly think the gameplay for this is about to be crazy. And I'm honestly looking forward to Crimson Desert Online. Because it's taking a while for my brain to like fully wrap around it. Just because like I forgot how crazy some of the stuff is in Black Desert Online. And if they're just lifting and shifting over that same set and then just incrementally building off of that, then Crimson Desert has every right to look the way that it looks. Like it shouldn't be suspect. I think that's why I thought it was suspect, because I thought this was a first-time developer doing all of this until I did my due diligence. My only thing now is like you have this big expansive world, because the world of Black Desert Online is big and expansive as well. And Crimson Desert seems like it's going to do the same thing. It's going to be a big expansive world. You're going to have all these different mounts that you could use to get around and all that. You're going to have these different places that you could go to like siege different buildings and all that. My only thing for this game is how is all of it going to flow together with the narrative behind it? Like how are the players going to be able to progress to eventually reach an end in the game? That's my only thing that I would like to see, because I know Black Desert Online, there is no narrative structure or flow for you to reach the end. You reach the end when you want to reach the end. Meaning you drop that you drop it when you want to drop it. Otherwise, play. That is my only concern for Crimson Desert Online. I say it online. Crimson Desert is where is it going to end now? Now that I'm seeing like the gameplay and all that, I'm good. I really want this game now. I just need to see how they're going to tie it together. They say that there's going to be like you're pretty much a mercenary and you're trying to get your people back and figure out like the truth behind the events that took place. Cool. I need to see how you do it. So I'm probably going to look into some story stuff for this like later on. But other than that, we got that. We got Pragmata. Pragmata is pretty much like Capcom's baby going on. Saros is pretty much Returnal with some added mechanics, so I'm into that. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is pretty much Batman Arkham City or Arkham Knight or whatever open world Batman game you thinking of. That's what that game looked like to me, except in Lego form. Phantom Blade Zero. I ain't gonna lie, the more that I saw of the game, the more the game started to lose me a little bit, because it started to pull that effect on me of it didn't look like what it looked like originally when I saw it. But it could also be that, you know, I'm looking at it with rose tinted glasses or something like that. Because like even the camera right now, the camera don't look as action packed as it did when they first showed footage of the game, like footage of the gameplay of the game like years ago. Like it looked like they changed the camera of it. I didn't play Black Desert, so I won't be looking at Crimson Desert. Oh, you won't? All right, that's fine. But this worries me. It worries me a little bit because originally it looked. Can I find like 2023 gameplay footage? Was it 2023 or 2024 gameplay footage I was looking at? Because it was like a boss fight or something like that, and it looked more dynamic. See, like right there, you see how close the camera is? Like, I'm not bugging, am I? And then even the angle of the camera, it's like it has it in a third. So like the character is right there in a third. So that like the other 2/3, like it has the action more booming. You know what I mean? Like the first Berserker Kazan has a camera mode like this as well. And you see how when it switched shoulders, it's still a third. Not directly in the middle. Not like, what would this be? What would this be? Would this be 3/8? But it's not like right there. It's like boom, boom. But it's like more of an action camera. But when I look at it now, okay, still right there. No, he moves to the center of the screen. Yeah, he's in the center of the screen now. In the center of the screen again. At first, he wasn't getting into the center of the screen when he was locked on. Am I bugging? Hold up, no. Because, like, yeah, he was back at the center again. Like, just look at where my mouse is. And you can see him, like, rolling over to where my mouse is. Constantly. And it looks weird. It looks awkward. It looks weird. It looks out of place. Because, like, the camera would stick. It's sticking. It's sticking. And then the only time it zooms in to move him to the center. But he won't be in the center. For real, for real. He's still in the same spot, but he won't be in the center. So it's not like the camera is doing anything. So I'm glad you're over here doing your research. Or it would be 33 all over again for me. And it's killing me right now. Because I'm like, this looks good. However they had this camera set up at first, because then he switches shoulders again. He switches it from the right to the left shoulder. And like, it looks good when it does it because it's like a nice little when it moves over. But now it looks like the lock on look like it looked generic. And I know what some people might say, well, why are you judging it? Why are you judging the camera like that? And doesn't the gameplay matter? Well, the camera for this type of game, it fits the aesthetic. That's the important part about it. It makes the action and it makes the hits seem more, makes them seem more impactful. It's like the same thing if you're, like, take for example, right? There's a scene in The Kingsman. It's the church scene. Watch the church scene from The Kingsman and then watch a Jason Bourne fight. It's two entirely different things. One is a shaky cam mess where like the camera can't keep up with the action and then this person gets slammed on their neck and then after they get slammed on their neck, the camera still look like it got the goddamn going yips. Whereas the other one, the camera is smoothly following the action. And as it's smoothly following the action, you get every single shot. Boom, person got domed. Boom, another person got domed. Person get pieced up. Another person, boom, get domed again. It's like the action is always the centerpiece and not necessarily the person. So I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like even for that right there, right? When he beat the boss and he hit it with that. That right there takes up more of the screen than the character do. That's important because it allows you to get your effect off with. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this right now. Because in an action game, your camera is a character in itself. If you don't believe me, look at any action-based anime, any action-based movie. The directors of those things, they understand the importance of the camera and how the camera fits as a character. Here, it feels as though it's a pedestrian, as it's just a bystander, like it's not participating. Whereas here, I go back to it. Here, it looks like it's participating because it's a subtle shift, boom, get you right back to the action. Shift, boom, get you right back to the action. And then hold up, boom, boom, and then watch. When he goes for the execute, soon as he go for it, boom, 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 boom. It zooms in, gets you in so that you can see the visual nature of those cuts. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm as big on it as I was at first. And it's kind of messed up. It's primarily because of the camera. I don't know. I might bargain bin this joint, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it day one. I gotta see like more footage of it. I gotta look at more footage. And the difference is this footage right here is from a year ago. This footage right here is from 4 months ago. That's the big difference. And I don't know if that's probably a setting. So one person has the setting like a different way than another person. Because I know in the first Berserker Kazan, after you beat the game, you unlock that specific style of action camera. Could be the case here where they just have it as a setting and one person has it as one way and the other person does it. Or they did some testing with like with some QA testers or with a focus group or something like that to get a better handle on the camera, and more people, they chose to have the camera be in more freeform base as opposed to being tight-knit action. So I don't know. It just this one makes the action look more bland compared to this one. The action here looks more impactful and kinetic. Here it just looks like your basic bare bones Souls-like. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy how much a camera can affect like the presentation of a game. That's something to keep in mind before I start getting back into game development, because I never thought about that at first until like I looked at this. But yeah. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I wasn't even supposed to be on for this long. I was planning on just being on for 30 minutes, but I started looking into some stuff. But on the channel, be sure to be on the lookout for these 3 games, right? I said three games. These games right here. I'm a hold out on Phantom Blade Zero. I need to see more gameplay of it before like I make a definitive decision. Wolverine, definitely the day that come out, gonna play through that. Fable, most definitely. I am a Fable fan. Granted, Peter Molyneux Fable fan. You know, Fable the Lost Chapters, Fable 2. I don't think I beat 3. I didn't beat 3. My wife beat 3. I didn't beat 3. I still need to beat 3. So we probably gonna go through the Fable series on the channel one of these days. We definitely gonna go through all the Marvel games. So Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel Spider-Man, the whole series, and a few other things. We're probably gonna go through Control on the channel as well, just to get prepared for Control Resonance. Already platinum Control on PS4. Yeah, or PS4. So I might try to do it on PS5 just so that I can have both platinums. We're definitely going to do Bloodstained Ritual of the Night in preparation for Bloodstained, the Scarlet Engagement. We already beat all the Onimushas except one, and I don't even think that even matters at all in the Onimusha series. It's like, what is the name of that giant? I think it's like Onimusha I don't even think it's 4. What is Onimusha 4? So Dawn of Dreams. It has more of a, like, the camera is like right on the main character. I can't remember his name, but I don't know if I want to play through this for the channel, but I did beat 3. I did beat 1, 2, and 3. So with Samanosuke, I was about to butcher my boy name. Samanosuke was 1, Jubei was 2, Samanosuke and Jock was 3. So we beat those, and we should be ready for Way of the Sword by the time that come out. But I don't really know if I want to beat 4, if I'm being 100% honest, because I don't remember 4 being that good when I was a kid, and I could be wrong. I could play it a little bit and just double check, but I'll probably beat it around the time that like they announced the official release date for Onimusha Way of the Samurai. I said Way of the Samurai, Way of the Sword. With that, to Lords of the Fallen, we're gonna go through Lords of the Fallen 1 again. I heard that they have the 2.5 update. I want to go through that to see like what they changed, if they made the boss fights better, if they made the environment better, or just the game better in general, because I do remember there were a lot of issues with that game when it was out. And for Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, I do have, I got too many goddamn games just in general, but I do have, let me find it. Do I got it here? Yeah, I got an action adventure. So I do have Lego Batman 1 through 3. I've had them for the longest. I think I had them ever since like my wife and I, we decided we was going to play through all the Lego games together, and we never did it. So I'm going to play through the Lego Batman games. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Hulu. So we're going to go through that. And we're going to go through the Neo games. And right now, tomorrow, the Code Vein videos will be dropping, and I'm gonna be doing Coffee Talk 1 and Butterfly and Hibiscus, as well as Monster Hunter 1 and 2. Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2, I mean. As for everything else, I think everything else doesn't necessarily have like a part 1 or part 2 to it, so we ain't gotta worry about that. Oh, I don't know if I want to do How on Life 1 again. Because while I like the Metroidvania aspect of it, I don't know how much I actually care about, like, playing through it again, you know? Because I think it's just the commentary in it that just kind of brings the game down. But the gameplay itself is, like, beautiful.